energy could badge boost.
Oh, imagine if it could. Badge
Hey,
boost
what?
at the cost of no crits.
What is up, guys? Steve here, and it is time to start another stream. Today, we have things a little bit differently. We got 3 special guests with us. None of them are actually playing the run, but they're all going to be having some fun. Also, I just now realized I am wearing a green t-shirt with a green screen, so that'll be fun.
Insert the effects on his shirt.
I'm wearing a Mountain Dew shirt. Anyways, today we have Austin, Ike, and Speedrunner.
Yo.
Hey.
I think
Ike,
this is the
Ike,
first time. Yeah, this is the first
you're-
time Austin and I are talking to each other.
You're
Really?
supposed to say hola, senors.
Muy buenas noches, señores. ¿Cómo están?
Anyways, today we are playing Machop in
Wait,
Generation 1. We have a really, really long beginning going for us. According to watching Gym Leader Matt's video, we got level 18 to get to, just like yesterday. So it's gonna be an annoying start, but you know, now we got 4 people today, so it's gonna be kind of like a podcast format where we're just training on those Caterpies and Metapods. So at least that'll be something.
Just kind of collectively laughing at this Machop as it works its way through.
Yeah.
Hey, Ike,
well,
what was your Mew run? Come on, tell us.
No, there is no Mew run to speak of.
If you don't
Yeah,
reveal the
it's not.
seconds, you can't get put on the leaderboard.
It's fine. Just put me 32XX. I'm fine with that.
Are you gonna wait till the final day to make sure no one beats you?
I mean, who told you that's even gonna be my final submission run? I can
yeah,
improve
he
that.
could
fact
he
that
could
you
sweep
blurred it.
in at the end of the run like Gym Leader Matt did just to win
I-
immediately, right at
I
the end. No
can-
one even saw
I-
it coming.
The thing is, there is no such thing as a perfect run, or at least seeing that footage, I know it can be even better. So nothing is stopping me from trying to get a better time than that one. Which I
Ike
won't
might be
reveal.
trying for a 31.
Oh god, no. The thing is, at least with my routing, I think 31 is impossible. But if I can make it, holy shit,
I
I
think
will definitely do something.
the only way you could do that is that every Pokemon in the run that ends up being a 2-hit, you need to get a crit on every one of them.
So something like that, and then getting like a perfect task levels of mapping or something in the overworld. Otherwise, I don't.
0
think it's
bonks.
feasible. Yeah, like oh my god, I'm still the one getting the less bonks from all this.
Or better yet, don't buy repels, just never get encounters.
Yeah, just don't get encounters. Holy shit, like stuff like that. But no, but I even told Scott when I was doing multiple runs, because the thing is, I have like super consistently and like 10 times in a row getting 33 something. But it's like the moment I was checking my splits every time I'm doing another run, I need to get that critical hit that makes this battle is one less turn than the other one, because otherwise the split is the exact same. Like it's so frustrating. Like this is like playing Mario Kart when you see your ghost in the time relics or something, and you see that the ghost is doing it better than you all the time, or you can never get past him. That's basically me now doing the Mew run.
Bro, I started doing that with my own streams. I started like on the second runs pulling up my own stream from this run and then putting on another monitor and just starting at the same time and then watching myself essentially try and defeat myself.
Yeah, I mean, for me in that case, it's
That's
so
an interesting
depressing.
idea.
It's so terrible. Like I think everything I did was pixel perfect or something. I don't know. It's so frustrating. The only way to gain time is by that. Oh, I just got a critical hit here, which means this fight is one less turn, something like that. God, it's so fucking tight. I still think Austin is sitting on a super time that he's not revealing. Much like me, I mean, I'm doing the same, I guess, in a way. So I guess we're not so different.
Right.
But it's fine. In my case, it's just to make suspense, honestly.
I think this
But,
is the
like,
first time I've ever seen Machop's Gen 1 back sprite.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
A very
you know.
unfortunate Pokemon.
he's basically saluting.
Like, But
Yeah.
by the time he comes, you can catch him. He's basically useless, and you cannot even evolve it without friends. It's like they didn't want you to use this Pokemon.
Speed and I have done our best, and every single time we've ever had the opportunity of fixing trait evolutions we have, like for Speeds, like for our worldwide ROM, the one where we're adding like Alolans and Galarians into the game instead of regular Pokemon, we've also fixed trait evolutions to make them all 36. And then whenever we did backports, or not backports, whenever we did randomizers and whatnot, if we had, like caught, or if we had to use like a Machop or something for the randomizer as our starting Pokemon, we always made sure that 36 was the trait evolution.
Yeah, it's usually the Nuzlocke rule. Like they allow you to evolve the trait evolution at a pesky level.
Oh,
Usually
right.
36
For the
is
Nuzlocke
starter
videos, we
level.
also did that. Trait evolutions are 36 as well.
Yeah, it's usually what they do because the thing is getting an Alakazam at level 16 is freaking busted. So I mean, that really shouldn't be something you can get that early. Definitely is stupid. Even with confusion, it's just gonna one shot everything. But like, hey, at least all the Gen 1 fighting types got love in the end. The only one that was missing was Mankey, and then they made Annihilate. So at least all Gen 1 fighting types now have some kind of love. I'm happy with it. Machop was the only one that
I
was
don't-
doing good.
I forget. We did Annihilate in Gen 2, and I found it very underwhelming. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still better than Primate, but like it was. Oh, I just got a Gen 1 miss.
Did you find a Pikachu too?
Oh, I found like 3 Pikachus, but I just got a Gen 1 miss on a Metapod. Luckily, I still got the crit anyways, but yeah, the Primate, I just played it. It's in a weird position where it's like better than everything, but except for Alakazam, which is unfortunate because Alakazam's the only thing that really matters.
I mean, I guess it's probably because of the level up moveset or something like that. It probably doesn't get anything until very late or stuff.
I mean,
like
it
that.
starts with Karate Chop and it has over 65 speed, and that's all you really need to
Okay,
know.
Yeah. Because like Primate is very good in Emerald, for example, because you get bulk up so early. And in the competitive or whatever, it's just the combo of Ghost and Fighting is stupid because it hits everything. Not named Hisui and Zoroark, you are hitting everything for at least neutral damage, so you don't need to think.
Oh, you don't have to convince me how good Zoroark is. We backported it into Gen 2, and I think it's first place on my leaderboard.
It's pretty good. Learns all the boosting moves too. Gets both Sword and Nasty Plot. Then there's also the fame that Zoroark is the one that destroys Ultra Necrozma. It's also a very good meme in Nuzlocke. You kinda need one. Else use a Rattata for the Endeavor shenanigans. Pretty much is what everyone does in those Nuzlocks.
Sorry, vertical stream. I forgot to start you. You're just gonna have to be here 5 minutes in. Just to catch everybody up, we have myself, Austin, Ike, and Speed, who's currently muted. We've got about level 18 to train to, level 17 with 409 XP remaining. That's about it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Wiping
We're
out some
grinding time.
Caterpies.
Killing Caterpies.
I've always
I mean, I
considered
don't know.
training on the Pokemon north of this route, but unfortunately, it's slower. Even though like the encounter rate's higher and the Pokemon are slightly easier, but it's just not as good unless you need one thing. If you need 1 speed or 2 speed, you can get more stat XP from speed from this bush over here. So it's usually pretty irrelevant, but for Dratini, where it just doesn't outspeed the Onix, 1 to 2 speed makes all of the world of difference.
grinding
I'm
status.
gonna
to
say,
be
can you
honest.
just can you just hack your way through with karate chop critical hit on Brock?
Yeah. For this one, it's fine. But I'm saying for like Dratini relies on wrap and it has bad stats. So being faster matters. So and being in the slow level up group is just the worst. So training in that grass above is usually quite bad unless it's Dratini apparently.
I mean, I suffer trying Tangela in yellow. It's so sad. It's the only fully evolved Pokemon that I cannot get sub 1 hour. It's pretty sad. There's no way.
So there's apparently a
It
new
only got
feature to my
5
overlay. I see a tiny bug in it. Apparently my weaknesses and resistances now have an indicator whether it's regular or double. Black circle around it for regular and white circle around it for double. But unfortunately, it appears that it's created the circles to be smaller.
There's no such thing as double resistance as a single type.
Double resistances, double
Double
weakness.
weak when you're only one type. You're super weak. to
Well, yeah,
something.
for this one, it's not possible, and I guess for all wait. Oh right, Caterpie's not double weak to anything. If we were to find a Weedle though, we would see it in action.
Yeah, they should say double weak to bug.
Yeah.
No, to poison in. No, never mind. What the heck? No, they're not. Weak is not weak to.
Weedle doesn't
Bug
have
is
those
not
4
weak.
times.
Weedle does have a
Bug
4
is not
times.
weak.
It's double weak to bug.
Bug isn't weak to bug.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. Bug is weak to poison, and poison is weak to bug. But bug is not
Grass
weak
is
to
weak to
bug.
bug. Yeah.
Bug is not weak to bug.
John, who's the one that's regular and who's the
Like,
one who's low volume?
The thing they change. Oh, maybe it's me. I don't know.
Oh, is
Well,
my volume low?
I can update it on my end. I just need to know who's the one who's not low volume.
I think I'm fine volume. I think.
Is my volume low, John?
I hear you fine, but I don't know about.
Okay, wait. Okay, maybe bug's not weak to bug. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's actually poison grass that's double weak to bug.
Yeah, that one is the one
Yeah.
that's weak, right? Yeah. It's like, no, wait, bug is not weak to bug.
Okay, well,
Poor
you know
fella.
what?
That's
I
good
just like to
to-
think of it as everything is weak to bug.
Yeah.
Everything that looks all grassy and just like, belongs in the wild, it's weak to bug.
It's like they're already bad enough. Don't even give them more weaknesses.
Yesterday's run was so interesting. 2 days ago when we did Beedrill. Beedrill is just this lone Pokemon that is like in its own tier because it has the one bug move in the game that's actually like good.
And if it started with Twin Needle, actually,
Yeah.
it would be an,
I know, but
it would be an
the thing
insane
is-
with Pokemon.
There's basically no good Gen 1 or Gen 2 bug moves at all. So
I mean,
like
there's
so
Mega
Bug
Form,
is-
but you don't get it.
Bug's a typing I don't
Yeah.
have any experience with. But yesterday I was using like Twin Needle on like everything. It's like Twin Needle's like either neutral or super effective to so many things. It's like the opposite of grass type.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
Pretty good
it's pretty
typing in
much
Gen 1.
it's pretty much why everyone was shocked when in the Emerald rounds I was suggesting people to use Hidden Power Bug, and everyone was, "What the hell are we gonna use Hidden Power Bug? Bug sucks." And then it's like, no, actually, Bug is pretty good. Trust me, in Emerald is pretty good. And they started seeing the truth when I posted the time.
All right. So apparently Matt said Brock he went 5 for 5 at level 18, which he couldn't say at level 17. So I guess we'll confirm. He even said I could survive 2 whole bites.
I mean, I would definitely hack my way through in this with the critical hits.
Yeah,
you see, you win. You win. There's no need for level 20. You win.
Took a 3-turn bide like a champ.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually better as long as it.
I don't
doesn't
know if I would
use
have won though if I
speed,
got
isn't
like
it?
more than 1 crit. My crit rate's so low with Karate Chop that I only crit 1 of the 3 Karate Chops into Bide.
How much critical hit does Machop has?
I
Base in the
I
game?
want to say it's like 40%, 50%.
I mean, it's 20.
Um,
How much is the base speed? Basically, I
That's
don't
what, like
remember.
35, I think.
I
It's
want to
not
say it's
really high.
probably 40, but I don't know. Machop has only got 55, so it would be a stretch for it to go from 40 to something to 55.
It has 35 base speed,
Ooh.
which gives it a 6.8% crit chance.
That's
Okay,
like
so
that's a
take
step over
6%.
Snorlax. Oof.
So with 6%, basically, it's actually 48% to critical hit with a karate chop. It's not that low.
Gotta tell you, it feels like it's 30.
Like it's 48%, around 48%. Because if I
I think
remember
54
correctly,
when you factor the decimal, but yeah.
oh well, yeah, you need to 8 times the number, I believe it was, with the high critical hit rate moves.
Yeah.
So 48% or 47, it's still decent, I would say. I mean, it's not that low.
If I wasn't level
definitely
20 right
better.
now, I'd actually be kind of scared of this Spearow.
It does nothing, no damage.
Yeah, I know, but imagine if I had started with low kick, that Spearow might knock me out in like 3 or 4 hits.
I was like level 10 or something. If you started with low kick, ironically, you would be worse against all those back catchers and poison types. It would be very annoying.
Yeah.
Ironically, although rock would be much faster.
Oh, that was a lot closer than I thought it'd be. I thought that would do like half.
Yeah, it's a single resistance, but Kid Me would have thought that it was a 4-time resistance. Because like when I play Gen 2, I really assume grass types were resistant to fighting type because all the grass types in Gen 1 except Tangela do resist fighting type. All of them. So I really thought as a kid that grass type resist fighting moves. I was
Bro,
very
we
shocked.
all had these thoughts. You're talking to the guy who was pretty darn confident that that fire was super effective against rock ground. Like I could have bet money on it as a kid that fire was super effective against rock ground. You
It does
could not
great damage
convince me
against
differently.
Geodudes. Can't argue with
Definitely.
that.
The Geodudes do not tank the hits, definitely.
And the thing is, I kept this knowledge going into Gen 2 as well. Like I was like every single time I'm like, look at it, you burn it up, it burns, it melts. Or Geodude, it melts.
I definitely would say keep that low kick and never delete it from the moveset.
Oh,
It's really
well,
the best fighting move you have.
I watched Gym Leader Matt go run before this one, and I think he got rid of low kick for rock slide.
Oh, I mean, what was the final move? I mean, I did Machamp, but
Well,
I
I mean,
haven't done Machop.
it halfway in between the league, he swapped out Mimic for rest. No, for the champion, he swapped out Mimic for rest. But other than that, it was basically body slam, rock slide, earthquake, Mimic.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that was my setback with low kick, just because I believe like it's slightly stronger against like 2 targets or something that in Loreley's team. But really, it's just
Oh,
because
the
it really
cloister,
doesn't need
maybe.
anything else.
Is this one of the few Pokemon that can actually just go ahead and battle this?
You're not
Probably.
afraid of the Hyperfang.
Like, Raticate is just, like, with Hyper Fang Stab and just being an evolved Pokemon in general, like, just, you don't battle that Raticate unless you really desperately need the XP.
That's the rocket boss of the tunnel. It was the
Truly.
leader of the operation. He was the leader of the operation here. Like, wow, even after 3 remakes and they still like didn't pinpoint well that they were there looking for the fossils. Actually, like still 3 remakes and they still failed to communicate. That's what the Team Rocket is doing there.
I just figured they're here because this is where they like to hang out. This is where they
Yeah,
catch all their Zubats.
They're supposed to be here to catch the fossils. Like
No,
they
I
even
don't think you
create-
understand. This is where they catch their Zubats for the whole
Oh, let's
team.
do that. They need to refill the game corner with Zubats or something. All those traps.
Yeah.
How else are they gonna get 2 Zubats on everybody's team?
Every single one. Well, like it's funny because I think in Fire Red they actually added one NPC there that says, "Hey, Brock and I usually come here and dig some fossils," and that's how they explain that he later has a Kabutops and an Omastar in his team because he dig them from the Mount Moon and then revive them in the lab.
It's funny. We in Speed and I's remake with all the backported Pokemon into it, we improved everybody's team, and ironically, Zubat is the reason, like the single reason why you can't just pick the water or grass starter and be like, aha, I'm going to defeat Brock's entire team with my starter alone. Zubat single-handedly trashes Bulbasaur.
Mega Drain and Wing Attack or something.
4 times effective Leech Life.
Yeah, well, you can trash the rest of his team, especially the Ammonite and Omastar, but that's the, or not Omastar, the Ammonite and Kabuto, which is actually one of the reasons why Squirtle has a hard time, is because you now have a neutrally effective move against both of them. But the Zubat, for just being a Zubat, like just the Zubat being on the team screws with everything.
So you made up 4 times fire resist in the first gym just to spite people from picking Charmander or something.
I mean,
like you really.
I mean, yes, we selected the team, but you know, we made them factual, like.
Just to hate Charmander fans. Yeah, pick Charmander, I tell you guys. It's gonna be final round. Always the fire type hate.
Yeah, I think you can't really beat Brock with the Charmander until it evolves into Charmeleon, and even then it's still pretty hard.
Yeah. I swear I only recently noticed, because of the Mew race, that the last sprite is holding a Pokeball in her hands. I always thought their hands were holding nothing, just the 2 hands were there. Right now I realize she's having the Pokeball there on her hands.
Oh,
I didn't realize that either.
Oh, I
Yeah,
did notice that.
Interesting.
Because all the times I have done all the section of this game, I realized that.
I have returned.
Congrats. We're talking about how the last actually holds a Pokeball and no one knew.
I just discovered it to Austin and Steve.
I mean, I already knew, but it's still always an interesting information to know.
You had Mega Punch and you didn't teach it before.
I forgot to teach it.
Teach what?
Mega Punch. But to be fair, I already kind of knew that I didn't need it because I played a Pokemon with Karate Chop recently, and I was able to go through the entirety of Nugget Bridge without it.
Yeah, Karate Chop is fine.
Yeah.
It's the reason why
Oh,
Primeape
crap.
is so good in
I just
Nugget
realized
too.
I forgot to get the important move first. The move that actually allows me to beat
yeah.
Misty.
Are you afraid?
Seismic Toss.
It's
Yeah.
not gonna cut it. Seismic Toss. Actually,
Oh
Seismic
my god,
Toss
I should have
could
saved.
probably two-shot.
Imagine if I got hit with Hypnosis.
You know, I actually never knew till somewhat recently that Drowsy even had hypnosis.
Are you kidding me?
Really?
I've only ever seen it for the longest time just use disable and pound.
Oh my god.
That is lucky.
So lucky indeed. I really hate when it
Oh
pulls
no,
like
not
hypnosis.
X defend.
And that's why you use Karate Chop to bypass it.
Oh, not another X defend.
X defend turn 1.
No, non-crit.
Hey, at least
no,
in red-
non-crit.
At least
That
in red
wasn't
and blue,
supposed to
she
be
doesn't
hard.
have Harden.
Yeah.
All this
You know,
training
Steve,
was
red
to
and
make
blue,
that
that thing has
easy.
Harden.
Hardening
In
more
yellow?
to spite
Yeah, in
you.
yellow she has Harden. Not in red and blue. Funnily enough, I never had any problems during the Mew races I've been doing with Misty. I never had any problems with her till somewhat recently when I realized Mew isn't always going to crit every time.
That reminds me when I discovered the Firo that killed the Parasect, and it's like, why would I use a repel here? Oh god, now I will. Always.
Was that you, Ike?
No, it wasn't me. It was Adair. Adair was the one who posted it on the server when it happened, and from that point, I swear I always used a repel because he scared me to death with that possibility.
Honestly, the one spot I've started using a repel at, even though I feel like I shouldn't, is the grass before the rival. I always
Yeah.
encounter something in there.
Yeah, that one. I don't know. I don't know how it suddenly gets like more encounter rate or something every time you're in a rush. I hate it.
Hey, Steve, did you buy repels?
Yes.
Okay.
You're getting rest. I'm leaving this stream right now. Oh, no,
I
you
had
did.
to.
Okay,
Oh
okay,
my
okay.
God, you're right. I almost forgot.
Oh my God.
I only need it for the champion. I only need it for the champion. That is it.
I hate you. It was like,
Blame
oh,
Gym Leader
he
Matt.
was,
I'm going based on his run. And to be
he's
fair,
like,
to be
oh,
fair, his
just
run
forgive me.
assumes that you're going to take one Psybeam from Alakazam, and then you're going to
Yeah.
rest on the Rhydon.
Nah, the Alakazam is gonna use Psybeam, is gonna Gen 1 miss, and you're gonna
Well,
one-shot.
I mean, the Alakazam has a high
Oh.
chance to crit. I think
It's
even
exactly
in
like
Gym
that,
Leader
yeah.
Matt's run, which was very well planned out, it still crit like twice.
Nah, I mean, I get it. The thing is, I'm not used to the freaking rest, but I get this is a first stage Pokemon with a terrible special that is gonna be outspaced by the Alakazam no matter what. Probably rest is a good idea for that fight, honestly.
Oh, you know something I was telling Steve the other day? I really wish Scott would actually give us something to race with that doesn't have a bad Brock.
Hey, Parsec
Like
did
everything
not
he
have
picks has to have a bad Brock.
Parsec did not have a bad Brock.
He had a bad Brock 2.0.
It was like slightly okay against Brock, but like yeah.
I've already mentioned that I'm not a fan of Mew being the choice, but I would like to say if a good Pokemon were to be picked, I'm surprised he didn't pick Mewtwo, just for the simple fact
Nah,
that we
I
will
feel-
now have the answer. Just like the how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? How fast can you officially beat Pokemon Yellow? How fast is the fastest
yeah.
time you can actually get?
Officially.
Still with
So
with
so
no
we're not
item.
allowed to go RBY and make Mewtwo 255 and everything.
255 and everything, like in those RBY challenges.
Challenges.
Challenges. No, but I mean, I was so sure that the moment I read in the guide say that he said do not use the randomizer for this, it was like, okay, it's not a backboard because there's no way you can use the randomizer for a backboard, or how would it? So it has to be a Gen 1. It's like, okay, it's Mew or Mewtwo because it's the only one that makes thematic sense. Unless it gets like something like I was wondering, maybe like let's go Pikachu, the Pikachu one, the Pikachu partner, or the Eevee partner, maybe something like that. But other than that, I was thinking there's nothing you can put. It's not gonna be Ditto, obviously, because it's impossible. It's not gonna be
Dead over is.
something he has done already. So it has to be one of those two.
I'd love to have seen what the minimum time that the game could be beaten at.
It's gonna be Parasect again. Now with the overlay with no encounters. So we don't need to kill ourselves around when Mount Moon gets bad, which basically happened a lot.
Plus, I think it would be interesting to see if on a essentially Austin run, if Austin would decide, screw it, no Thunderbolt, no Ice Beam, we're going Swift Psychic Recover. And that's gonna be our moveset for the whole game.
It's gonna be the like that.
And whatever his fourth move is, I can't remember. Confusion, I think.
Disable, I think. Oh yeah, confusion.
Disable. Gen 1 disable, even the best one. You're supposed to heal that poison.
No, you're not.
This is not Gen 3 when you actually get an attack boost if you're poisoned.
What?
It's no, it's yeah, because guts, you get a
Guts,
attack
yeah.
boost. Machop gets an attack boost if it's poisoned.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, it's the guts ability. One of the best ones. It's basically why they created the Toxic Orb and Flame Orb items. I mean, there are other uses, but like... it's one of the
Speed
things.
likes to argue that that guy is the reason why he gets the paralyzed cure. Oops. Where's the paralyzed cure? Oh, he's already muted. Okay. Well, either way, Speed always buys paralyzed cures in his runs, and that's the only spot you ever get paralyzed. So, you know what? Whenever I get paralyzed, I'm just like, the next trainer's got Caterpie, Weedle, and Venonat. If I lose to Caterpie, Weedle, Venonat, I just deserve to lose.
I deserve to lose. I think I've never bought a paralyzed heal in any run ever because I don't find it that annoying and like sleeping or poison, honestly.
The only thing that I do get annoyed with is getting burned by the Ponyta, and I
Yeah,
have to waste
that
my
can be
full
annoying.
restore.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that because
it's always
we have the full
unlucky.
restore at least. Yeah, at least with the full restore, I'm fine there. But
No, use defense crawl. Okay. We're good. It didn't self-destruct. I didn't save. It's been a real problem lately for me. I had to cheat on I had to cheat on Beedrill's run. Apparently I didn't save for a very long time, and since I don't do save states or anything like that, I just paused my real-time timer, got back to where I was, and then unpaused the timer.
that's fair.
It's like,
I thought
who's
it was
gonna
like
fault me for doing this on Beedrill?
I thought it was like he self-destructed, but it was his last Pokemon, so I just kept going.
But it's just a Beedrill, like who cares?
Which honestly I think should be a legal strategy because you are losing experience over that. Like I mean, if it's the last Pokemon or you use Explosion, I would allow that, but that's just me. I get why it's not allowed.
Yeah, I mean, with competitive rules, I think that's considered a win.
Yeah.
I wasn't
I
trying
think
to go for the
they-
most
they actually
competitive time.
removed it, I think.
Apparently Scott was able to beat Brock first try with level 16 on Beedrill, and I could barely at level 18 I got like 4 resets at 18. I'm like, okay, well, if it's possible, I don't care. I'm not gonna take this crap 2 levels lower.
Was that yellow Brock or red Brock?
Red Brock. Apparently the Beedrill was like one of his first 10 runs in red.
Yeah, he was doing it by Pokedex number back then. Then he started swapping because people were suggesting different ones.
You know what's funny? All my runs are like within 1 minute of Scott's, and I actually think most of my runs are basically tied with Scott's because of the whole Mount Moon thing.
What I really hate about the Beedrill situation is that, ironically, in a real run, you would be faster because if you start as a Weedle, Brock is not that painful if you're lucky with Poison Sting. It's just so funny that technically the official way it's faster than the cheating way. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Because Fury Attack sucks, but Poison Sting, if he gets the poison, it means 1 free turn, and eventually you will just deal damage with that. So you win.
You get Hardened too from Kakuna.
Yeah, and Harden, yeah.
At least I think.
If it worked properly, because apparently it doesn't. Like, you can catch a Kakuna with Harden, but if you evolve Weedle, for some reason they forgot to program it or something, and it doesn't get Harden. It's just so weird.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know how they messed that up. It's just so weird.
When I eventually do my backport, see, I plan on doing the 5 impossible Pokemon, but doing their Gen 7 versions. And it's funny when have you looked at the exactly what you just mentioned is one of the reasons why doing Weedle versus doing Kakuna will actually be different runs.
Yeah, because it's now possible with that move actually.
Because like Weedle will get Poison Sting and String Shot, Kakuna won't. But Kakuna will also have the option of both Harden and Iron Defense.
Extra boosts.
Yeah, it learns it. It learns Harden at level 1, which is why a Weedle evolving into it just doesn't learn it.
Doesn't get it, yeah. They messed it up. I always remember more funny the friend that got an Abra, but his Abra level up from level 15 to 17 in one fight. So when he evolves into Kadabra, he didn't learn.
Oh,
it was too useless.
How?
Like, what?
How do you get that much XP?
I mean, he was probably training in like not in a real playthrough, but like maybe he was training with.
I stopped giving things level 8 moves because whenever we did a slow level up group Pokemon that does I think minimum battles, it immediately goes from 7 to 9. Like this was something that was consistently happening for the backports.
Yeah.
It was skipping 8 whenever you did minimum battles.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure it was because he was training the Abra with a higher trainer. Like I don't know if it was on the Elite Four or a gym leader or something. He was training a low level Abra, and just that just happened. So he was still thinking that Kadabra sucked because it's like he doesn't get anything. It's like a very painful experience.
Oh, dude,
So
you don't get like
unfortunate.
Psybeam until like 30, right?
Yeah, they take a
That's
long
pretty
time until
late,
you get
yeah.
it. Yeah, because if you have confusion, it's fine, but you don't have confusion, it's terrible.
Oh, that was another thing. So when I was doing my test run of our a new game, I made catching the Abra and evolving it like the first thing I did, and apparently Kadabra does not just sweep through the game. Like apparently, you now have to be very conscious of where all of the Meowths and the because Meowth is now Dark type. Um,
Oh,
and there's another common Pokemon that's now Dark type. Can't think of it off the top of my head. But there are two common Pokemon that when you go with their either Alolan or
Grimer, it has to be Grimer and Mach become Poison Dark types.
yeah, and there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
Raticate. Yeah, John's right. It was Raticate.
oh,
So
and
there's
Raticate, true.
three Dark types. So you have to be conscious of where all of them are.
It's
think
actually
I'm-
funny, yeah, because I remember in Let's Go they did that. In Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, you can actually get the Alolan forms from the Gen 1 Pokemon, which means all of those are the only immune Pokemon to Psychic. And
Okay.
Sabrina cannot do anything to them.
I think I'm
If you
faster
use
than
it.
Victory Bell now. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So
54 speed.
interestingly enough, one of the things that we did to that game was that we actually gave. I know you're gonna think this is sacrilegious, but we gave Kadabra all of the punch moves.
Yes. Why you decided to pick one of the best Pokemon and already make it even better? Like that's not how
To
management
be
works.
fair though, when it does eventually learn it though, they're not like super good anymore. But like essentially you have to run with Confusion, Psybeam for a very, very large portion of the game.
It's okay. Congratulations, you
All
just
you need
made
for
all
most
the.
of it, though.
It learns
you
the
just
punch
made-
moves
It's like
right before it turns into an Alakazam. Like the level
it's
right
like-
before.
you just made all the other psychic types not named Jinx useless. Congratulations.
I forget what our reasoning was. I think our reasoning was that it gets all the punch moves in Gen 2. Or
Yeah,
it gets
in
all the
Gen 2,
punch
yeah.
moves in the later games.
Yeah, in Gen 2
Okay,
and Gen 3 actually it uses them. But from Gen
Hey,
4 they
Steve.
become physical, so they're useless.
I was just glancing over at your screen. How come you cut that tree by the house? That's not the tree I cut.
Shut up. It's going to take a really long time to get used to cutting the other tree.
It's not the good tree.
Why would you even cut that tree? It'd be
It's-
better just walking
It's the tree I
long
always
way.
cut. You can't teach an old dog new tricks quickly.
He's worried about the deforestation, okay? He doesn't want to cut more trees.
I mean, you guys should have seen Steve trying to learn controller.
Yeah,
I got it.
unfortunately,
playing right now.
He
the
plays
amount
on
of time
keyboard
you
for
save with the
everything.
controller is pretty okay. It basically every time I turn a corner, I save time if I were using a controller, but that would require me to already be at the physical peak of like gameplay. Oh god.
I was gonna say, wow, someone is afraid, and actually you did not one shot.
I really probably should be using Karate Chop.
I really assumed you would one shot because it's like a freaking drowsy. Thank God
Isn't
the other
anyone
guy-
Isn't anyone else freaked out by the Machop back sprite?
We
He's-
mentioned
he's-
it at the
he's-
beginning, yeah.
It just looks like he's a guy in the Navy. You know, he's saluting with his little hat.
Like
You know, I
something-
saw someone online said that the back sprite looks like Kermit the Frog.
John,
Oh God, I'm not gonna be able to unsee it now.
essentially to rephrase what I just meant about the controller thing. Yes, you save a lot of time by playing a controller, but the problem is I would have to get so good at the controller to save the time. If I were to go controller, I would actually lose so much time that it's not valuable to me to switch to controller.
Yeah, for me, it's more of an ergonomic thing, just because controllers kind of keeps your hands in a more comfy spot. But yeah, it's been pretty
Well,
comfortable.
I
with
never
this
had to deal with hand sweat until I started playing with controller, so.
movie.
I mean, it's fine. My
What?
novelty run idea was playing the Mew race with the Congo Bongo controller from the Donkey Kong, but I was not able to find one. Those bongo controllers would have been so fun.
I'll be back in a bit.
Yay. Not yay to speedrunner leaving, yay to self-destruct while I'm underground.
It's always a good finisher.
Speed is not here. You can say anything you want.
I don't know if I would survive a self-destruct from full HP. I imagine I would, but you never
think
know.
Unless it was a critical hit, yeah. A critical hit definitely killed you, but I think not a critical hit you would have lived, I think.
Well, I never have to deal with hand sweat prototype because with the keyboard, all my fingers are moving and they're in a position and they're not constantly touching something like a controller. So I just don't have to deal with it.
I get the point.
Technically I am pretty much always holding the shift key. It holds my hand in place, but I also hold down shift as the activator of super speed clicking, and I let go of shift whenever I go on the bag, basically. But I pretty much am always holding shift. Really? Should I get the calcium?
I don't know if it's gonna make much of a difference, but
I mean, you're gonna over level anyway, I guess. So
yeah,
not
but
that.
the over leveling it helps all the way up to.
Did you skip Earthquake?
Yeah, I did get it.
Pick Earthquake? That's what
You did
pisses
not
me
pick it
off.
up.
Why did you
I
do
picked
that?
up all of the items. I was using items in order to make space for
Yeah.
Earthquake, then didn't pick it up. Right.
It's like, why didn't you
There
pick
you go.
Earthquake? What kind of Gen 1 player are you if you are not using Earthquake?
So this is the point where Gym Leader Matt got rid of Karate Chop for Earthquake, and he was running both Dig and Earthquake.
Kind of makes sense for more power plants.
I mean, it's pretty much gonna do the exact same damage, I think, as Body Slam now, Karate Chop, even with the crit. Slightly
I
more.
forget
like,
it-
I think it's like
I forget if I was supposed to do more training at this point. Crap. Double crap.
Wow, my critical hit hurts.
Haha, joke's on
God-
you. You
God-
made me
God bless the
outspeed you.
bad dude. Yeah, this one is gonna be funny.
Okay, 61 to 94. Ooh, that is not happening.
At least in that area, you get 2-3 more levels easily.
Make sure the Weezing doesn't self-destruct crit you again.
The Electro just did it for him.
I will always remember the worst self-destruct I ever took, thanks to one of the I was doing the Dragon Nuzlocke, and I had finally, after, I kid you not, over 20 attempts, and remember, every single attempt requires me to get level 14 and 9/10 for Brock, so it takes a really, really long time to do an attempt.
14 and 9/10.
Yes,
To
14
get the
9/10.
15 on the Onyx.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so that way I can outspeed. Anyways, so Rival 3 is a really hard battle. Rival 2 is a really hard battle. So it takes a lot of attempts to get past those. In fact, I've only ever gotten past it once. Anyways.
And where did that die at?
And that run died on, I think, floor 5, 6, 7, one of those floors in here. Just training. Random ass training. And there's one trainer with a single electrode. This electrode used self-destruct on turn 1. Crit me. Ended the
Very
run.
unfortunate.
25% of critical chance.
Ended the run. So many attempts. Didn't die to like, you know, a Koga or something, like a big battle that would have been important. People would have been like, ah, yes, I can forgive you for dying there. No, died to random trainer with Electrode. Okay. I unfortunately don't remember where Matt did all of his training. Oh crap! I just went to the third floor from the third floor.
5 might be.
I
I
think.
wonder if an
I
early
think
Blaine might make sense.
Maybe. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Oh,
Because
that's what he did. He did do early Blaine, and that's why I posted in the group. Oh, I don't think Ike's in it, but the creator chat. I posted today. What's faster, getting the good rod and catching a Poliwag, or getting the Eevee and evolving it into a Vaporeon? What do you think's faster?
Definitely the Eevee. You cannot get the rod until after, so there's no way around
What?
it.
No, the good rod you get right next to the warden's house.
Yeah, and the Warden's
Yeah.
house is later than Celadon, where you get the Water Stone on the
Yeah,
Eevee.
but by the time they're
No,
essentially
no,
the same.
There's absolutely there's absolutely no human way that you can get a Poliwag before an Eevee. There's absolutely no way.
No,
No physical
it's
way.
not
Not
about the
before, but
earliest in
which
the
way is
game.
less
I'm at
time
what's
investment?
faster between the two options.
Which one could be less time consuming? Okay, that's a bit different. But
Yeah,
I guess
that's what
still
I'm
the
asking.
Eevee. I guess still the Eevee would be better because you still need to go to the Celadon department anyway for the Pokédoll or the drinks, anyways. So you can just buy the Water Stone there, and picking up the Eevee is definitely not gonna take much longer time than fishing a Poliwag. Then it actually turns up to be a Poliwag, and then you actually catch it.
Oh no, whatever you get there, I think it's only Goldeen and Poliwag. So no matter which of the two you get,
No.
it's catchable with the good rod.
Then it's about catching it. It's more RNG about catching it, I guess. Which
Look
could
like
be
great
good or
balls.
could be bad. I mean, if you have a sleeping move, maybe it's definitely faster to get a Poliwag because you just put it to sleep and the
Have you
Pokeball is not
tried?
gonna meet.
Have you tried catching something with the sleeping move? It only adds like 10%, which is crazy low. I thought it was
No,
higher.
It doubles it in this game, I believe.
No,
sleeping
that's
it.
the thing. So is part of my overlay catch percent on wild Pokemon, and it's actually quite accurate. From MVF added to my overlay catch percentage, and he added all of the factors into the overlay. Anyways, whenever you put a Pokemon to sleep, it only adds like 10%, which I mean is significant, but it's not as high as I heard. As a kid, I heard it was like 30%.
I really always thought it doubles the chance in this game.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
it's the only
according to this-
status that does.
Like I heard it
This
was always
catch
like a flat
calculator.
30%. Oh god, I think it's this guy, it's the Electrode guy.
Yeah, so if you just Pokeball a Poliwag at full health, it'll be 34.5%. If you put it to sleep, that only bumps it up to 40%.
Right.
Oh, yeah, so it's really 10%.
So I don't know which of the two options are faster. I literally just trained to
I mean-
45 like Austin said, and then I left. So
I
stupid.
mean, I guess technically, if you can catch the Eevee later, maybe because you could fly after getting it, and you don't need to back walk, maybe after you get the Eevee. But I mean, probably is that the Poliwag is faster but more RNG, and the Eevee is more consistent.
I mean, plus the Poliwag method also forces me to hold on to Pokeballs and hold on to the good
Yeah.
rod the whole game.
And in the case of Eevee, you also need to play an evolution animation, which is gonna take some time. The Poliwag, in theory, but the Poliwag will get a Pokédex entry and the Eevee won't. So maybe actually those nullify each other. Maybe it's funny.
Okay.
Hard min-max.
I guess in the end would be like the Poliwag is faster, but much less consistent. Like you are more luck involved, and the Eevee is definitely easier.
Since when was the Pokeball on the right side? Am I just too used to Gen 2?
I think you're thinking of Gen 2.
Yeah,
Well,
the
in Gen
crust-
2, it's not the Eevee I'm talking about. It's the Curse. Curse is on the left side.
Right.
Okay,
Ooh,
which one?
somebody's getting
Or, yeah,
Vaporeon.
yeah.
The Vaporeon.
His rival 5 just
$2,100
unbeatable.
is so weird.
I mean, the Alagas Jam is being a big problem for rivals. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know, that's definitely an interesting color palette. Every character looks like a ghost.
I never really thought
Okay.
about that. I just kind of went with the light color and the dark color of Machop.
Fight Psych.
How dare you not fight Psych?
Yeah, how dare you, Steve?
I need experience does not fight the best trainer in the region. I mean, it's fine. I guess you can do Blaine because he's gonna use agility
I
or
just
something.
don't fight him, and I mean, I don't have a good reason why. I just don't.
You're playing
Four-
Machop.
4,000 experience in
I
5 seconds is not
understand
a win.
all of the reasons. They're all good reasons. I don't have a good reason why I don't. It's just that he's not on my radar.
It's just not. That's
Well, make
just
him
not-
on your radar.
I should be fighting these trainers too, but for some reason I'm not.
Those
Are the
trainers
trainers in the
pretty good.
mansion even that good?
No,
If you need
but
money,
but
yes.
for a Machop, yes.
They give
Yeah,
an
you won't
insane
fight
amount of
Psych.
money.
I don't know why, but when I get to the halfway point of the game, it's like training goes out the window.
Yeah, only train on the level 30 Caterpie guys, but the guy with fully evolved Pokemon, no, we don't need that training.
That's bad.
You're
He-
literally fighting guys.
He's fighting this guy that I'm seeing gives like half the experience Psyche gives.
I understand. I understand
Item
all
for
of your
run two.
qualms, and you know what? They all make good sense.
Psyche is even on the run. Like, you don't even need to go out of your way. He's just there.
I know.
You go straight down. You can talk to him while surfing.
You can't even talk to him. Yeah. That's how I discovered it.
Really?
It was
Really?
So good for
You gotta
How
me.
many rock slides can one
Okay.
man miss? How many rock slides can one man miss?
Steve, what you should have done was switch to Karate Chop and hope for crits.
Yes. Wait. Did I not already get... Oh, I forgot to teach Earthquake
Yeah, you
already.
did a little
I was
bit,
like,
yeah.
do I even still have Karate Chop at this point?
The funny thing is that thing will not kill Vaporeon.
Yeah.
Oh well. Okay, that's something.
It has 4 Pokemon. Who cares? Look,
Yeah, well-
look, Charmander has Slash. Who knew that?
It's like I forgot it gets stomped. I thought it just had
Hey,
Ember.
Charmander needs Slash in order to beat Misty.
Screw you, Ponyta.
Or I guess Body Slam, yeah.
We didn't learn submission. It's
You can get
official.
Dig.
I mean, if it were high jump kick, I'd consider it.
High jump kick.
I shall return.
The guy
Oh.
with 4 arms is gonna high jump kick you.
Really got flinched. I don't know why I'm saving big PP at this point. I'm probably gonna have to heal afterwards anyways. On the bright side, it looks like I got to 48, which is definitely helpful.
On the other side, are you happy that you are gonna finally have a Pokemon game where you can say Pikachu dodge it and it works?
Wait, what?
Didn't you see the trailer of the last Pokemon channel thingy?
No, I
Like
stay
well,
clear of spoilers usually.
Okay, I mean, well, basically they revealed the gameplay of the already announced Legend Zygar game, and the gameplay is basically that. It's no turn-based.
Interesting.
Just
So you can actually finally say Pikachu dodge it, and he will dodge the attack. It's
Gotta say,
finally
I'm not
I
sure
like
how
in
that
the
will.
anime.
I'm not sure how that will affect. Well, like, what if you? So if you have a slow Pokemon, you tell it to dodge. Will it actually dodge, or will it just be like,
I mean,
yes, I'm moving my fat ass, and unfortunately, I
thing
can't
is-
get out of the way.
They move alongside you, so I assume the speed stat or something will be taken into account, and Slowpoke probably won't be fast when moving around. But it's actually a funny thing that they went that way. I was not expecting that.
Screw you, Pidgeot. Come on,
Oh, God,
everything is just out of range.
gone. It is like 1 HP.
I
But
think
the
I
thing
could
is,
probably
I
survive
believe
confusion.
You need to one-shot them so you can actually tank
I'm-
confusion. I
I'm
guess.
starting to think 50 might be the number. I might have to do cycling road.
You probably just need to be level 50, I think. Okay, this was fine. This is workable. Unless it is a siren and kills you. Oh, you take it well. Okay,
Nice.
you're fine. You're fine. Oh god, that's.
Take still your
painful.
best move there.
Use dig and pray. Yeah, use dig and pray. Yes,
Nice.
the pray worked.
Right. It does not appear that I've picked up the hyper potion. Apparently, I have picked up the
No
hyper.
fire blast us.
Maybe,
Oh, I
but
haven't.
there's
Okay, I
there's
see.
There's the healing lady. Oh, you have the hyper potion. Okay, never mind.
Second run, I'll
Why are
definitely
you
make sure to be
afraid of that
50.
guy?
One, probably, I think I'll add cycling road.
It's like, dude, you just defeated rival 5 and you're scared of that drowsy?
Well, no, I that hyper potion, I just deem it the post rival 5 hyper potion.
No, definitely a hyper potion, but like you saved before the fight, like you were afraid.
Oh,
of
I
that
save
drowsy
after
guy.
I save before that fight for the sole purpose of not doing rival 5 again if I screw up somewhere else.
I mean, that's fair.
That's understandable.
That's like
I
saving
have-
before Bruno, I get it, yeah.
How should I put it? So I don't know if you guys have watched my like first videos, the ones with the worst times, like the absolute garbage times. I can tell you, I think on both Butterfree and Beedrill. Oh god, I already won. Both Butterfree and Beedrill. I'm pretty sure I had to redo Rival 5 on both of them.
Oh god. Terrible.
It might just be like a PTSD thing. Eric. Oh right,
No,
right. Sabrina. Oh, I'm not even faster than the
More psychic
first one.
types.
Ouch. I need 90 speed. Oh, right. I could also do the fighting dojo next time, too.
Yeah, that one is better than I
That went well.
I mean, doesn't she have good AI in this game?
Oh, God, another crit.
that means you're never gonna win.
Yeah,
I mean,
she
well, you can
does.
win, but
Gotta change
You
the
can
AI.
win,
Move,
but, like,
talk to her from the left. I'm gonna psych her out.
just use this.
No. Oh, okay. Oh, God, I got
Oh,
special
the
drop.
Special drop though.
Yeah, the special drop is
And you
definitely
level
gonna
up
be
so
the
you don't
reason
get
why you
badge
die.
boost.
Okay. Well, you know,
The special drop is definitely where you lose. That's the guy with a slow roll. Well, at least in yellow, I don't know.
yeah. Well, you know what? He doesn't have.
Oh, he doesn't have confusion. Interesting. Like all the slow books in the game have it, but this one does not.
Okay. Well, not ideal,
This
but
is a dumb bro.
I'm pretty sure 15 HP is not gonna matter.
No, you need to outspeed. You need to outspeed the Kadabra for sure.
Okay, well, you know what? At 85
Yeah.
speed, I'm gonna go ahead and say that if I were to do cycling road and fighting dojo, I probably would outspeed.
Yeah, it's like, how much speed you need to outspeed?
This is why the over/under was set at 115. Apparently, it wasn't set high enough.
How much speed do you need to outspeed the
5.
Kadabra?
6.
Ah, 5. Okay.
6.
Well, 5 is the speed tie and 6 you outspeed. Yeah, that's probably like 3 more levels, probably. Especially because you are getting a lot of stat experience.
I will be teaching Earthquake soon enough, John. Sabrina is like the last place to use Earthquake. But I think instead of what I'm going to do here is once I run out of digs, I'm just going to replace dig with Earthquake. I wonder if I can get away with body slam here. Yeah. Okay, 85. 86.
you
Oh,
only
that
got 1
sucks.
point.
1 speed. Fantastic.
It's interesting
I mean,
because I felt like you were making pretty steady progress through the game until you got to Rival 5, and then it just all kind of collapsed.
I mean,
there.
I thought Gym Leader Matt was doing all this extra training, and it seemed like it wasn't like super helpful, but obviously now now knowing what has happened, it seems very, very relevant. Because like the extra training didn't feel like super helpful to like, I don't know, Misty and all of them, but clearly it's more or less because there's just limited amount of XP in the game.
Like, if anything, I would just say maybe rare candy until you outspeed the Kadabra, and then you can black out in the league if you need more levels, because at least the league should be fine for
I don't
Machop.
black out. That's a game over screen.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Okay, makes sense. Then.
Blackout is basically the same as game over to me.
Okay.
The person you black out to is the new champion.
Because the thing is, Lorelie, as you're a fighting type, is gonna be free, and Lance is gonna be free too because you're a fighting type.
Lance is not free. I can tell you that right
not
now.
On the Gyarados.
He's mostly
Okay,
free, but he's definitely
the
not
Gyarados.
fully free.
Yeah, well, not fully free, but I mean technically almost free.
You're never gonna be faster than the Aerodactyl unless you mimic agility.
Gyarados with bite.
All right. Oh god, we only have 88 still. I guess we're doing fighting dojo.
But I guess.
Oh, there were two trainers that I passed up on the right side, but we'll see if we need them.
Nah, but I would guess that Rock Slide would eventually one-shot the Gyarados, but yeah, I guess not.
Gym Leader Matt basically battled almost all the training in the game, and clearly it mattered.
But did
Probably
he
should have
fight
battled Psych too, as these guys pointed out.
Like, did he fight Psych?
I don't know. I don't remember. Let's just put it this way. The video that I'm referring to is also so old that he literally said at the very beginning of the run, I'm pretty sure the Parasect race video is never coming out.
Hey, you have 91 speed right now. You can quit.
I remember that meme. People always like, hey Scott, where's the Parasect race? He's like, I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. It was a very long video.
Oh god. Oh, he doesn't have counter yet. Nice.
Just use Earthquake. He cannot use counter on you.
Yeah, I know that. Now. I was just making sure that the Hitmonchan didn't have counter, you know?
Actually, I don't even know if that one actually.
It didn't. It had a agility, Comet Punch, and something else. Probably Fire Punch.
I guess the elemental punches, yeah.
That's right, Kadabra. Suck it.
Yeah,
I had a red version run recently that's gonna be in a video.
Whoa!
The
Did you see that? Psybeam Gen 1
I
miss.
told you. You remember when I joked about the Alakazam being a
She
Gen 1
just
miss?
Gen 1 missed the Psybeam.
I literally
Nice.
told that, but I
Make your way through.
I said he was going to be on the champion.
Oh
not
my
in
guys,
Sabrina.
I just realized maybe some of like Ike's luck can rub off on you.
It's
Just
like
by
an
him
aura.
being
Only if
here
he's not
has
playing it.
caused the Gen
Only
1
if he's
miss
not
to be
playing it.
available to the opponents.
I mean, I'm like a big TD. I give victory to people, but if I am playing, it's for me. I give it to others.
Yeah,
but I'm sorry.
With you being here, can you please give me some good luck for my Mew runs? I'm actually doing some right now.
The Mew run. Oh god, we all need luck there, definitely.
Oh wait, I should
Mainly a
probably do
Brock.
the training in here.
That's right.
You know, I really hate how for most runs you just have to use Transform on Brock and slowly take him out as the Onyx because on my first or second day, I actually never needed to do that. I always just counted on Mew getting crits and just
Yeah.
beating Brock without Transform. I think my
Well,
fastest Brock was like a 415 that way.
Yeah, if you're very lucky with critical hits and dodging attacks, it can definitely be faster a lot. Because if Onyx starts using Bind, for example, you also lose a lot of time. If he just uses a Screech and misses or Tackle and whatever, I hate it because there's really nothing you can do. It's just RNG to get faster there.
Yeah, seriously, why can't Scott give us a race Pokemon with a good Brock?
Like a good
Give us a
Brock.
Pokemon with like a good Brock and a bad League. That'd be fun to plan.
I mean,
Knowing
I guess
Scott,
the,
he would
I guess
take
the real
he would
reason
take
is
what
like
you
in Gen
said
1.
and he'd be like, okay, so what has a good Brock, but a good everything else too.
Let's do
You know what?
Zebra.
He'd probably give you Poliwag.
Ready.
Let's
Oh,
try it.
Poliwag race. Oh man, everyone would
Right.
be using hypnosis on minimum battles.
Oh god, hypnosis. It would definitely have become like that.
I was joking that if I really would have preferred him to pick something that has a lot of like XP routing and difficulties and whatnot. I was thinking
think,
the perfect
what about
Pokemon would be
Starmie?
like Rattata.
Race.
I was actually thinking Scott was gonna give us Snorlax because it was one of the other options
Well,
on that old poll. I
but-
think Snorlax would have been a really fun race because you have to think: am I gonna go all special or go full on stab body slam?
Yeah,
Well,
instead of Snorlax,
think about
you have
Rattata
some
though.
stuff.
It has a difficulty throughout the entire game, but it's still very doable. Rattata also gets all of the coverage you want, but not very good at it. And it would be a Pokemon where it would require training to do. So there
I
would
mean,
be
I
XP
guess-
rooting, and you'd get to see
Right.
everybody mastermind and everybody taking their own routes, and there'd be so much to talk about.
I think at least in the worst case it would have been Raticate because I don't think Scott is gonna pick like a non-fully
I
evolved
agree.
Mon,
I
because
agree.
that's
Raticate
a
makes
That's
sense.
a barrier. It's a barrier for a lot of people, and also
crap.
forcing people to having to cancel the evolution. It's also a very annoying thing.
I
Oh,
forgot-
that
I
would
guess.
be so annoying.
I forgot
Yeah,
to
that
get
would be
Mimic.
so annoying. Like
See-
maybe if it at least it was a stone evolution, maybe because you can just not buy the stone, but still, I think it definitely will always be a fully evolved Mon, just because otherwise it's very annoying.
Okay.
Did you just also got another Gen 1 miss on the Alakazam?
No, but I realized I forgot to get Mimic. I'm supposed to have Mimic for that battle, so that way I can
Oh,
outspeed the Alakazam.
Agility, yeah.
I'm gonna join the 32-minute club with you guys.
Oh, nothing.
We'll be waiting.
Oh boy. Now how do I bring up the menu again if I've already closed it? Let's see.
This is awkward.
Menu.
Okay, hold on. Well, apparently clicking Pokebite again does just work. Gotta love it. Okay,
I mean, can you just modify in the Pokebite and put your
that
Mimic
is
in
that is
the
what I'm doing,
evolution?
but I do have to
Yeah.
unpause the game in order to actually change
Yeah, you can't
stuff.
do it with the emulator pause. It's an unfortunate thing.
Yeah. All right. So we might have a little bit too many mimics. Don't worry about the PP. Don't worry about the PP. There we go. Unpause the timer.
Also, I don't know if you, Ike or Austin know this, but on Brock, if the Onyx is using Bide, do not use Transform.
Yeah, I tried that.
I love
know what happened.
I love
I know
how
what happened.
no matter how much you play the game, you keep learning new Bide stuff.
The problem is when you use Transform during the Bide, it adds on the damage from the previous turn onto it, so it's like you attacked it again.
I know, but it's
you
just
get an
it's just
explosion.
fun that every single time we think we've learned everything there is to know about Bide. Oh god. We just keep learning new things about Bide.
What
Bide
I
just
really
keeps
love
on
is that
it's the gift that keeps on giving.
It's the first
Just like the
year,
Jelly of the Month Club membership.
and I'm pretty sure absolutely nobody in their freaking life used Bite in his first playthrough. I'm absolutely
Aw.
sure that nobody did.
Actually, I think I can think of two Pokemon where I'm sure most people used Bide. Kricketot and Piplup in the Platinum
okay.
games.
In those games, yeah, but like in Gen 1, I don't think anyone ever thought that move and said, "Oh yeah, this is a good idea. I'm gonna give this move."
Well,
Like,
I'm sure we
absolutely
did for the first time because it was the very first TM. Like, man, if this guy can use it, I'm gonna use it too.
Like, the moment I saw it was like 2 turns without doing nothing. It was like, no, I'm not using this.
Yeah, when
I'm
we were
definitely
kids,
not
if it
gonna
didn't do
teach you.
damage right away, it wasn't.
Yeah,
wasn't a
as
real
a
move.
kid, the only cool moves are the ones that do damage immediately. All the others are
Exactly,
useless.
exactly. Who needs this sword stance move?
At least
no,
Rocket,
you-
at
Free
least Rocket,
electric
I do
move.
remember using it, but
Well,
it's
no,
the
you
only
gotta
one.
have
No, seriously,
you gotta
did any
have
of you guys
Ember,
ever use sword
Flamethrower,
stance?
Fire Blast.
Yeah.
I never even heard of the move
Exactly.
at the time.
I heard people talk about it specifically in the playground, but only about Scyther. So I guess nobody really knew about the TM, but I remember people talk about Swords Dance with Scyther.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Swords Dance TM is somewhat in a difficult place for a kid.
Well,
to
people
find
also
out,
just
I guess.
you also got to remember okay, hold on. I can remember exactly what grade I was in. I was in 3rd grade. I remember exactly where I was sitting when I was playing Pokemon Sapphire, but I obviously had Yellow before Sapphire, so it means I had it before 3rd grade. So let's see, 3rd grade, you're 5 years old when you hit kindergarten, so 6, 7. I was 8 years old, so that means this was 2003. Oops.
I was a year-old baby.
Yeah, 2003, we were talking about Swords Dance on the playground.
By Gen 3, I did start realizing that the boosting moves were not useless.
You know, you guys are all lucky. At the playground I went to as a kid, like, no one ever talked about Pokemon and stuff, because this was during, like, 2008 when most people really weren't into it, so I never got to experience the playground rumors. Feel bad for me.
You know, it's funny. Beyblade went in style, out of style, and back in style while I was still in elementary school.
The Beyblade here was only like a Saturday morning cartoon. I mean, it was not a cartoon.
Well, see, here's the thing. We had what's it called? We had one of those like big tube things like on our playground. You know, just a big circular plastic tube.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's where everyone played Beyblade.
Here, it's actually funny because there's like a Spanish Beyblade which is called Peonza. I'm gonna show a picture of it. And you just see this is what kids used to play with.
Okay, I asked
My
everybody
Mew run
recently.
hasn't started off the best.
Like that thingy.
I asked everybody recently on how they push that boulder, and apparently starting from the right side is the most common way. So I'm trying to train myself to start from the right side of the boulder.
I cannot use the bike here, so I push it in the most efficient way.
So
What
the
do you
right
mean,
side?
right side?
So it's right side to going left, and then down.
Yeah, so he pushes the
Oh,
boulder
but-
to the
yeah,
right.
I always do right
Yeah,
first
yeah,
because
but-
I don't want to accidentally push it in the corner.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I
the
always do
thing
it from the top.
I always my strategy is always down, left, down, left.
I always try whatever is like the one that doesn't put it in a wall, basically the closest to a wall. That's the angle I don't want to do.
Boy, I played this end of the run so inefficiently, very unlike myself. All I can say is I have to go to the bathroom. It's a good excuse,
Not
and
until
it's a
the
very
time.
valid excuse.
Not until the champion.
Just let Ike do the league for you.
But how would Steve even beat his first run?
Let's get some Gen 1
Okay,
uses
so one
and
thing
let's do
I
this.
wasn't a big fan that Gym Leader Matt did here was that he apparently didn't use his rare candies until he got to Agatha. I don't like that, but I guess we're gonna do it.
But I mean, Agatha in this one cannot do anything to you, I think. Or does he have psychic?
Well,
in this
I
one?
mean, all of her Pokemon are
It's-
faster
it's
than
Ag-
you,
okay, it's
so
Agatha,
actually
okay.
she can do a lot.
It's Agatha. You can always do things. It's true. But
Okay, well I didn't get
None
an
of
attack
Agatha's
drop. That was
Pokemon have
probably the most important thing to happen.
I was just saying, none of Agatha's Pokemon have Psychic.
yeah, in yellow they do.
Well,
but
you
in
know
this
what?
one, no.
There's this other move called Hypnosis and Nightshade. They're both equally as good.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Agatha is always Agatha. It can.
I wonder if that crit mattered.
Probably not. It's a jinx. You still have a decent attack stat. And jinx
Alright.
defense is what it is.
I also need to get into the habit of
You don't want to use the bicycle in the Elite Four.
Hey, Austin, Ike, I had no potions and I didn't want to heal at the center. I ended up doing all of Nugget Bridge up to the Rocket Dig guy all entirely in red bar.
Like,
Nice.
somebody's not afraid of the quick attacks.
Well, I used the full restore in the underground, obviously, because
Yeah,
I'm scared of Pidgey Girl.
Yeah,
Did it help
Oh.
your split?
That's
I mean
just
that's the main reason.
I
why
did it to
feel
I did it to save some time because my early game like overworlding wasn't really that good. Plus, I accidentally fought the 4 Pokemon bug catcher instead of the last, so I lost a little bit of time. So I was just doing the extra risky stuff because like if it resets, I don't care. It wasn't a good run anyway.
Yeah, at that point, it makes sense. Just keep going and try to do some risk. If it works, it works, and if it doesn't, the run was done anyway. So just keep it.
this is my biggest pet peeve about doing first stage Pokemon. Sometimes I hold B too long after doing that cancel evolution, and then I back out of the menu, and then I talk to the person I'm supposed to be battling without saving. Because you're obviously not going to save before using the candies. That would be ludicrous.
Actually, you've been quite lucky, actually, considering he put you to sleep.
Uh-oh.
That's
there you
fine.
go.
You did survive.
Nice.
Hey, this run's starting to pick up nicely. I've gotten a lot of
Can you believe this?
like 30-40% ranges.
I am so close to the over-under right now. It's a little ridiculous.
Someone is using XP router, I see.
Oh yeah, I almost never use it, but for this race I used it. I actually have 3 different versions of my route that I have saved.
Unbelievable. I just got 3
love
rock
that
slide misses, and Lance even got a hydro pump miss on top of it all.
The hydro
Oops.
miss. I can be like that one kid that says, I got the latest bonks and I did not use the XP router. I was the cool kid.
Although Surge used Growl, so I missed out on the 2-turn.
Dragonite.
Hey,
Spam
that
it
Dragonite
with-
can actually be a problem. Look at how much PP of Rock Slide it had remaining. Imagine if it had used Barrier.
I mean, I guess that could.
Then
be
I would
an
have to beat him with 15 body slams. But if he keeps spamming more oh crap, I forgot to use rest.
You didn't save, I think.
Oh, I saved.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I forgot to use rest though.
Don't worry, the Gen 1 miss I predicted.
Oh,
will
interesting.
happen.
I also forgot to use the rare candy.
Watch the Gen 1 miss. Well, if you survive, it's the same as the Gen 1
Yeah,
miss.
see, rest would have been real helpful here.
Yeah, I see the point.
I'm actually just going for it because I want to lose right now. Okay.
I mean, you could have won. if you
No,
were
no.
lucky,
So
actually.
I remember specifically from Gym Leader Matt's video that I need 3 Leers specifically on the Rhydon after the rest, of course. Shield your eyes.
It's fine.
It's okay. We have rest. You don't shun me. Don't leave.
I love that he uses mirror move in the first turn.
Have you ever Thunderbolted the Pidgeot, it mirror moved it and it paralyzed you?
Yes.
Or some
think
other
that-
move like that?
I think that actually
Wow.
happened
All
in
right.
one run. I got a Gen 1 miss on the Firo in yellow and it used that.
Quit horn drilling
See,
me.
you didn't need rest after all.
I
Quit horn drilling me. What am I supposed to do after you? Am I gonna have to? Oh my god, you missed.
Yes, no, use
You
use
missed
rest and
again,
lose
you
turns.
piece of crap.
Use rest and you still lose turns. Yeah,
Did I just hear Ike say use rest?
it's terrible, right?
Thank you. Okay.
Ike, you need help.
I feel dirty. All those Mew races have really destroyed my brain.
Although Gym Leader Matt was 2 levels higher than me, I'm curious if that mattered. Maybe I needed a 4th.
I think you'll be fine. I mean, the Venusaur is not gonna one shot you, and you 2-shot for sure.
Oh, am I gonna do it? Am I gonna do it?
Yeah, I mean,
115 on the nose. They're literally, nobody's right on the over/under. The game won. For the first time, the game has beaten everybody. The correct answer was to not vote on the over/under.
I didn't vote. Do I win?
Yes,
now
you won
remember the Gen
for
1
not
misses
voting on the over/under. You have won.
Yay.
That's hilarious. I don't think I mean, I know I've hit within like 1 or 2 seconds before, but I don't think I've ever hit the over-under on the nose by this exact second. And the crazy thing is, it's almost halfway milliseconds too. So it's like literally, it's like as half can be. If you want to be like, you know, an internal struggle and be like, okay, technically 58 is slightly more than half. So everyone who voted over would technically be right, but we're going to ignore that. Okay, so some of the things that we picked up from this run that we will fix on the next run. Cycling road, fighting dojo, doing Blaine before Rival 5, picking up Mimic and teaching Mimic after Giovanni.
Did you guys know Pidgey can't learn Psychic?
That's about it. Oh, I guess I should probably PP up Dig as well.
Might be a good idea with all the training you're doing.
And then
Maybe get the Max Elixir on Cycling Road.
I agree with the the Max Elixir. I forgot about that. The other thing is I can do the whole Earthquake thing. Teach Earthquake over Karate Chop because I didn't use any Karate Chops at the end anyways.
Yeah, I would say do the cycling road thingy first, and then also remember to do Blame before Sabrina and Sylph thingy. I believe it's what you did. And fight Psych.
That's the...
And fight freaking Psych.
You know, why doesn't Austin get a trainer named after him?
So I usually skip them.
That's a good one. Like, whenever Ike races with us, even if it's like an extremely good backport, he always fights the good trainers, no matter what. Even if he's playing with Mewtwo, he would still fight Psych. And he somehow beats us.
Wow.
Psych needs love.
He's just that good.
I mean,
There's a reason why he's ranked so high in the competition currently.
The two trainers that I consider myself, I discovered them, are the Tamer in Koga's gym, because that was also the one I said, Scott, hey, this guy gives an insane amount of HP, and Psych. Those are the two trainers I have very fond love for because of that reason.
Hey, what do you guys think about Fire Blast?
Yeah.
No, what do you want Fire Blast for?
No,
This ain't Machop.
It's a joke.
This is not Gen 2 when you need to kill Skarmory, no.
There are no... What's Skarmory in Gen 2?
Yeah.
No, in competitive.
No, really, what's
Machamp-
Skarmory? Steve, do you know of any
Machamp-
Skarmories in Crystal?
Yeah, I don't...
Machamp uses
where
Crystal
would you go
Machamp.
about finding one of these?
Where do they appear?
Right,
Maybe
exactly.
some random trainer that you never fight, but I've never
No,
seen a Skarmory.
no,
I don't
No,
even know what its
I know
spread
where
looks
there's
like.
a Skarmory in Gen 2. If you
I
go
think there
south of the Dragonthorn City and then you do the trainers down there, there is a single trainer with a Skarmory on it. Or team.
There's a trainer with a Skarmory. I know they appear in the wild there, but is there a trainer with a Skarmory?
There
I
is a
think
trainer
in the
with a
wild. There is
Skarmory
one.
south of Dragonthorn. I know this. I've done enough enough bad runs where I've trained.
Well,
but
plus
that's
you
the-
did the Pokérap shiny video.
Oh,
so that's
right.
the
But
only
well,
one.
the Pokérap
That's the
shiny
only
video,
one.
I got those shinies from playing a randomizer. Some shinies do
Oh.
not appear in the game at all. Ever.
Because like even in later generations, they know Skarmory is busted and they really keep it from very specific trainers.
Is it?
Usually.
I swear I've done Skarmory and it's not very good.
No, but in competitive it's busted. I mean, in competitive it's busted. They know how
Oh.
busted that Pokemon has.
I mean,
always been.
if I
it's a
recall,
strong
it's
Pokemon.
like slow level up group and it gets really, really bad moves.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for a regular playthrough itself, but it's like very tanky. Takes every freaking physical hit from the game, resists everything.
Right,
It's very
John.
hard to kill it.
Skarmory is one of
It's
those
very hard to
Pokemon that's
kill.
associated with Gen 3, like Slugma. Even though they technically existed in Gen 2, they just wasn't... Nobody knew about it because nobody had them.
Yeah, but the Slugma, I'm pissed because Blaine uses a Macargo. So how
Yeah,
could
but
people
here's the
think
thing.
Slugma
If
was-
you didn't have one of
was-
those books, how would you know Slugma exists? I'm
Slugma
talking
You wouldn't, 'cause
Slugma, not Macargo.
By the time you get to Kanto,
Slugma.
by the time you get to Kanto, you never like. Whenever you guys been to Kanto, would you actually look in the grass?
No.
I did.
never
only,
did.
I did.
Did
I-
you know
I
that they
did
didn't fix
only
the levels of the grass?
be-
It basically is Gen
because
1 levels.
because Handum is in Kanto, and when I checked the Pokédex for where Handum appears in the wild, I was like, wait, what the frick is in Kanto? And he was there, so I checked grass until I go one.
Oh, my Mew run ended.
And
Nice.
GG.
I died of poison in the overworld after Koga.
ouch.
Oh god.
Oh
Lucky.
my god, that's hilarious. Scott
used-
amended the rules
Well,
and
the
that
thing
became
is-
relevant. Great.
They put a rule specifically for that, yeah.
I wasn't really upset because that run had a lot of overworld errors that I didn't really like.
All right, I'm gonna hit
Then
the
again,
restroom.
it was really impressive. I went through all of Nugget Bridge and Red Bar.
At least I'm glad they made the rule very early, because imagine if it was like 5 days and people had already their replays with the poison thingy, because in the original race there was no problem with that. So
Well, I used up my emergency full restore because I did Nugget Bridge on Red Bar, and since I got poisoned on Koga's first trainer, I really should have went back and healed, but I was just trying so hard. But I beat Brock and I had like 12 HP left, and I knew I wasn't going to make it back to the center. If I had like 20 HP left and not like 12, I would have made it to the center.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just a point where every second matters. If you really want to try the 32, I think every
Yeah.
second matters. So you really
besides-
cannot afford to make any sideways.
Yeah. And besides, I already have a 33-14, so I don't really have anything to lose by going all out. Because if I don't get a good run, at least I have a 33-14. I mean, that's
This is
still a very
true.
good time.
I can't believe you said that out loud in front of Austin, giving him ideas about possibly finishing a run with Red Bar.
No, it wasn't intentional. It was extremely risky.
Yeah, but
Austin is gonna
this
pull up
Austin guy
31,
might
59.
intentionally get Red Bar.
You're talking to the guy who used metronome on an Oddish.
Yeah,
I'm
while
pretty sure
trying to get
Austin is
Red
gonna
Bar.
pull up
See,
31 from him eventually.
Oh,
I
just
suggested
letting you
it to
guys know.
Scott earlier.
Just
Yeah,
letting
the
you
red
guys
bar.
know. Just letting you guys know. I Gen 1 missed a pound on the Eevee.
I mean, you might
That's
want to
unfortunate.
you might
That's
as
the
well
only
go ahead and
reason
tell
we started
Austin about
running.
the instant speed text glitch.
I
That
know
glitch
one
was fixed
too.
in yellow.
Yeah, but in yellow it doesn't work. I tried, honestly. I tried. It doesn't work. I really tried.
I was thinking
Yeah,
you
but
guys actually
Red Bar
you
isn't
guys
really
straight
that
up
good in
don't
yellow
heal, and if
version.
you figure
Red-
out the
Red Bar and I was just gonna say Red Bar and Yellow only really skips the level up jingle, but it doesn't skip the Pokemon cries, unlike in Red and Blue.
Well,
The red bar, I mean, if you get it, you get it, but I wouldn't say you need to be consistently looking forward to it. First of all, because it's inconsistent to be
In Red
red.
and Blue, there's an argument to
if
it.
they
Yeah.
didn't fix
In
the
Red and Blue,
instant
yes,
text
because in Red
thing.
and Blue, it saves a lot of time. In Red and Blue, it saves a lot of time, but in Yellow, I would say, like, if it happens, go with it. Like, sure, it happens, so use it, but don't be looking forward to it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. There's no point in relying on that, I believe, to get a good time.
I forgot to enable the recording on my XP router again.
The XP router, the damn machine.
Oh well, I mean, I already know most of the ranges anyway. I just like looking at it.
I mean, it's fine. I'm just being like that old guy. Technology back in my day.
Imagine
Hey,
though.
I
Imagine
don't,
if
I
somebody
don't like,
tried to do
I don't
the-
like using it either.
Well, think about it,
Back
guys.
in my day.
You're playing a zero reset run that doesn't heal a lot. You could, if the glitch existed, do the instant text thing.
No, you can't because it goes away when you open a menu. Like, how would you use repels?
Oh, I thought it only goes
Oh,
away when
I
you,
thought it
when
was
you drop
it went
low
away
or
when you
something.
healed.
Yeah. I
Oh
thought
no,
it
no,
only
no!
goes
It's
away.
when you open the menu.
You're telling me
Okay, so-
official speed
So it would
runs,
only be-
they don't even use repels or open the menu?
They only make when you arrive at Cerulean to get the instant text glitch, they usually try to keep it until after Misty, because they teach the Nino
Oh.
King Bubble Beam.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
No, I mean, I don't think they do that in a real speedrun because you're gonna use in items anyway all the time.
Yeah, so that means on Nugget Bridge when you have Red Bar, you can't use a potion the entire time, and the rival fight always ends up putting you in low health. You can't open your menu once. It's really nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
Plus, you
but
have to
here's
know
the
how to
thing.
buffer your
You're playing a
inputs.
0 reset run. If you die, you lose your instant text and the run ends. Like, who cares? You just start another one.
Welcome to Wester's life, basically.
Well, the guy gets paid a lot of money.
Yeah, no. I mean, but I remember that week when he was trying to get the world record for Pokemon Crystal. He was doing like 5 hour stream every day for an entire week. And the only freaking day I said, okay, I'm going to bed, I will not watch this, he got the world record. I was like, damn it. I was watching it
Wait,
for
you
a
say
week.
5 hours for 1 week? That's
Yeah, he
that's
was
5
nothing.
hours a
Have
day
you seen
for a
other
whole
people
week.
who go for world
every
records?
day,
They go for 8
doing
hours, 5 days a week, every week for like months.
doing 5 hour stream every day Pokemon Crystal. I mean, no, he switches games. I mean, because otherwise you just get frustrated, especially
Oh.
because it's RNG. Like in Crystal, for example, most of his runs don't even start because he just needs to restart the game because the Totodile does not have good attack DBs, so he needs to restart the whole run again. And we are not doing 4 times the speed. He's playing in real footage, real hardware. Everything is super slow. More like 2 hours in the run. has
So
not
does
even
that mean he
started.
wastes time going to the Pokedex checking?
Yeah. No, he opens the moment he gets the total, he opens the menu and he sees the stats of the total and he knows if that total is viable or not.
Yeah, so he does
And
he does go check.
That's yeah, he does. He has to do that. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, the
Yeah, it's
run-
because Worcester really hates RNG manips. He thinks it ruins the point of the game. So whenever he can, he always plays manipless categories.
he always prefers the manipulated categories.
I agree. I think that's a noble thing. It's the same.
I think it's a nice category. I really
It's-
like watching him because of that.
It's basically the same reason I have for blacking out, you know?
I don't like watching his streams because
Crap.
he has a web camera, yet he keeps his room dark anyway, and you can't see anything. So why have the camera? You can only see something if like this Pokemon use Thunderbolt and the screen flashes and you just see a tiny
Yeah,
glimpse.
There are memes when he's playing stadium speedruns, which are 18 hours long. You can only see the screen flashing when the enemy is using Thunderbolt or something, and you can see his face. The rest of the time, you don't see anything.
Meanwhile,
it's
I have
maybe
the
because
opposite problem.
needs-
It's
I think he needs
incredibly
that
bright.
for the speedrun to be viable or something. To be
Steve, who said you're bright?
No, I'm saying
just
I
kidding.
have two very very bright lights in my face at all times whenever I stream.
So we can see you.
I could pause and show you guys what it looks like without the lights.
No, that's fine. I've seen it.
The darkness approaches.
Very different, huh?
Actually, it's noticeable. Yeah.
It's very noticeable.
I'm surprised the green screen still works.
Well, it how should I put it? So there's two ways to green screen. One, you can target a color and be like, yes, this color, but within a certain margin. Or you can keynote it and be like, green. Just get rid of green, and then it's just like perfect.
Really? Oh my god.
It fixes itself.
Hey, I guess what happened? Whenever I catch the Pidgey, I always use 1 pound on it to make it a near guarantee. The Pidgey was in yellow health, below half, and it actually failed the Pokeball. That's the first time that's ever happened.
The Gen 1 based Pokeball. I call that.
I don't think it was a Gen 1 based Pokeball. I think it's like a 99% something catch rate.
I still call that the Gen 1 based Pokeball. Because this Pokemon is 99% supposed to be catchable, but it didn't get in the ball, so it's a Gen 1
Wait,
based.
what happened?
I was trying to catch a wild Pidgey in the forest. I used pound on it. It was below half HP, but still in yellow bar, and the Pokeball actually failed.
Yellow bar?
It has to be below
Yeah,
33
yellow.
to be 100.
It also happened to me in one run, and I restarted.
Dang, if only you had my overlay, which tells you.
Well,
Yeah, if
Scott's
you're
overlay doesn't have a
33%,
catch
that's
rate built in.
99.7%
Remember when
chance.
Game Dev tried to put catch percentage on the overlay and I failed a
Oh, yeah, and it
Pokeball at
was all fucked up.
103%?
But I mean, at least in this game, it's fine because we only need to do that.
Yeah, and then MVF actually coded it properly.
Yeah, and the thing is, he he was like, man, this is really, really hard. It looks in this folder, which looks at this folder, which looks at this folder. And it's like, yeah, well, of course it looks at status and it looks at damage and it looks at this and this and this. But the thing is, like, MVF was like, yeah, I did it in one day and it works. It's like 100% correct.
It's the exact theme the game
which is crazy.
Said back then.
On one of the runs, I tried to catch Snorlax, and I got Snorlax down to like orange or red health, and the Snorlax went to like an 8% catch, and then Snorlax used rest, and it went up to 12 with full HP.
That's how I usually caught it when I was a kid. I waited for him to use rest, then weaken it, then throw a ball.
Like Annie put in chat, apparently being asleep just adds like 10%, and that's pretty much it. It's like a flat 10%.
Yeah.
I think it was like around 20%.
No, I thought really as busted. A kid it was 30.
It's a really weird function. It's a weird function.
So does that mean if I were to go for like Zapdos or whatever, and Zapdos is a 2%, if I put it to sleep, it just goes to 12? Because that makes sense.
I remember when I did my yellow no XP challenge a few years ago, I would catch an Oddish, use sleep powder on the Zapdos, and it would take me about 5 Great Balls.
I think the status scales with the ball you're using, maybe.
Well, the balls are also weird.
Really weird.
Like,
yeah, the balls also
so
like at full health, Great Balls are actually better than Ultra Balls, but at low health, Ultra Balls are better.
You kind of have to make a table for how balls work.
They didn't even fix that in Gen 2.
Or even better yet,
Gen 2 has its own problems.
You do one of those question things where it says, is Pokemon at full HP? Yes or no? And then you move on to the next step, and then it tells you the ball to use. And then so like if it's yes, it's Great Ball. If the Pokemon is not at full HP, then it says, all right, is it red HP or is it orange HP? And then it's like, Pokeball, Ultra Ball.
It's a miracle this game even works than us more.
Well, here's the other thing, like how I mentioned that Great Balls are better at full HP. It's the reason that Safari Zone Pokemon seem to be very hard to catch, because Safari Balls are actually Ultra Balls in disguise. So, and Ultra Balls are actually worse at full health. So you're just straight up given awful Pokeballs.
I love that video that explain all the math that never use the rock in Safari ever. It is absolutely never worth it. It's better to throw 2 Safari balls. There are better odds. Never throw a rock. Never. It's so funny how the math works.
I understand really how you're never saying the rock, but what about the bait?
The bait is even worse.
Yeah, I thought so.
I
tried using those as a kid.
The thing is, the rock and the bait double the catch rate, but also double the chances of them running away. So, and many Pokemon already have like a 40% chance of running away. So if you throw a rock, they become 80% or something. So it's like never throw a rock ever. All the good Pokemon never throw a rock. Just throw the Safari Ball and pray. Nothing else is worth it.
I don't
it's
think
so funny because there's a speed run that's Ash % where you have to catch 30 Tauros in the Safari Zone.
I think it allows RNG manipulation. I'm not sure. I thought it was 27 Tauros.
At least in yellow, Tauros has a more appearance rate, and you can probably repel them in a way, I guess, but still horrible.
Oh, no, it's not just that. You also have to have all the Pokemon that Ash had before each badge. Like, so for Brock, you had to have Butterfree and Pidgeotto. And for Misty, you needed I can't remember. You needed something. Or, like, you needed Primate before Erica.
Oh, God.
That's not that bad.
And
isn't it like 24?
There's even a point in the run. There's even a point in the run where you actually have to release Butterfree. You got to do everything accurately.
So does that mean when you get to
your Charizard can only use Seismic Toss then?
So does that mean you can never ever evolve your Squirtle or your Bulbasaur?
I guess not. No, you have to have the exact same team.
But what about the thing? So like there was an episode where specifically Bulbasaur went to like this whole Bulbasaur evolving thing, and so all of the Bulbasaurs evolved into Ivysaurs, and then I think they all evolved into Venusaurs. But Ash's Bulbasaur said no. But the only way I can think you can mimic this in game would be to get to that part of the game, and then essentially get to level 32 and then just decide no. That's the only
I
way to
don't think
mimic
you
it,
literally
right?
need to do. I don't think you need to do that.
Like until the last frame when it's gonna evolve, you at that exact moment you need to press B. If not, the speedrun
Not a
is
frame
invalid.
earlier.
It needs to be in the exact last frame. If not, the speedrun is invalid.
No, you know what?
And
Actually,
you
I
can tell.
actually disagree with my own thing. Now I think about it, the only way to mimic this would be to actually get your Bulbasaur to level 30, then use 2 rare candies, but specifically say no evolution both times. And it has to be at a certain point of the game too, because that's whenever Ash visited that city that had the evolution thing.
Like, do
Oh,
you
here,
also
I
need
found
to
the rules.
you need to find a book catcher with pincer in the forest? I
Like-
guess then.
Like Austin has the rules.
Yeah, so it's name yourself Ash and your rival Gary. Acquire only the following Pokemon in order: Pikachu, Caterpie, Pidgeotto, Metapod, and only by evolution: Butterfree, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Krabby, Primeape, Muck, 29 Tauros exactly, then Charmeleon, Charizard, Kingler. You have to release Butterfree before catching Primeape. You have to release Primeape before catching Muck. Pikachu always has to be in your party.
Didn't it get a Snorlax in the anime or not? I think it did.
Ash didn't own a
remember.
Snorlax, I believe, till either the Orange Island section or the Johto section.
I agree. Yeah, he also didn't get a Lapras until way like then too.
It was the Orange Islands. I have the
yeah,
entire Orange Islands
Yeah.
on DVD from a
the
kid.
Lapras
I
I
watched
know
that
that-
entire thing.
I guess it's because the Snorlax episode does come earlier, but he doesn't catch it there.
Ooh, question.
Probably.
Do you guys think I can make it to 409? Okay, never mind. Of course I'm gonna make it to 409. I was gonna say I'm about to struggle train, but I'm just struggle train down to 409 to next level. Can I do it without having to go heal?
I mean, you're actually saving time, but no, because you don't let Blackout.
Oh,
But
that's the thing.
technically it would
Blackout
be
wouldn't matter
lucky.
on this one because you would just knock them out. Yeah,
Yeah,
you might be
you
able to
would
black
knock
out
them.
one time, maybe even 2 times. But here's the thing. How many times can you realistically black out? I mean, you have
Maybe 3.
karate chop.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick until Mount Moon or something and then go to bed because it's almost 3 a.m. and I kind of have to get up tomorrow.
Okay.
Not
Oh,
like
dang.
Tomorrow, you mean in a few hours?
tomorrow in a few hours, yeah. I mean, at least not that early, but like 7 hours or something, so yeah.
Died to Brock
Uh,
again.
I'll probably stick until Mount Moon, until they're not Jesse and James.
What?
Maybe Rival 2. You do Rival 2, right?
Jesse and
When you
James is not
get
in this
to-
game. You might be sticking
Yeah.
around for a long time.
That's what I say, they're not Jesse and James.
Oh,
But you do Rival 2, right? When you get to Celadon?
Yeah.
Immediately. Okay, I leave after that 5 then just to get like...
I just got back-to-back crits on Bide. That makes perfect sense. Oh boy. Okay, it's a good thing I got back-to-back crits because he was on another Bide.
freaking
Written
bite.
all the buds.
Does anyone know why on Brock specifically, Mew acts like it has a 5% crit rate?
I think it's because it's the
Maybe
only
they
fight
fixed
that
it.
It's the only fight that lasts like more than 5 turns or something, and I think that's why we all hate it.
Maybe Scott's laughing at all of you. He actually fixed the crit rate in that game.
Actually, Scott has a run where Mew starts with Water Gun, and we are all unaware of that.
Wouldn't that be hilarious to distribute ROMs to everybody, and then the crit rate has been lowered to essentially the regular 6.25, but Scott's is the normal one. It'll be such a minuscule change that nobody would notice.
That would actually be even super sad because then it means Scott, even with a better ROM, is not winning the race. That would be pretty sad. For him.
Austin would still find a way.
Austin would still find a way for sure. By all accounts, this doesn't make sense, but it works.
So I guess we're not getting Mega Punch. We don't need it.
That's impossible.
Not need Mega Punch?
Oh, it's a good move.
It is a good move. But here's the thing.
Here's a question.
Karate Chop has infinite HP or PP apparently.
Here's a question. If the TM for Whirlwind outside of Mount Moon was actually the TM for Mega Kick, how often would you guys use it?
A
I
lot.
would hate myself.
Every
for it.
run.
I would use it a lot. I would hate myself for it.
You're gonna have to repeat that. What?
If the TM for Whirlwind outside Mount Moon was replaced with Mega Kick, how often would you use it?
Every
I mean,
run that
I
can learn
think
it.
basically, yeah, would make a lot of fights with Misty much easier.
I mean, in Fire Red and Leaf Green, you can get Mega Kick that early.
Yeah.
I hated that move as a kid because I used to actually try and speedrun Fire Red and Leaf Green, which was my favorite game as a kid. But the problem is with War Turtle, for the entirety of Misty and the Nugget Bridge section, you have to rely almost entirely on Mega Punch and Mega Kick. And you can imagine how fun that is.
I remember as a kid, I
Yep.
used to teach Mega Kick to Pikachu. It was like the coverage move, the normal move.
No, the coverage it needs is Slam, right, Steve?
Yeah.
Best
Right.
move in Gen 1, according to you.
It
On
breaks his
Pikachu.
leg.
That's
keep
not what you
forgetting
said
this-
at the
you
time.
keep forgetting this part.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I remember when you were... No, the run where you were talking about Slam being a good move was your Dragonite solo run, and you kept rubbing in my face how good Slam is.
Like I actually think my Gen 1 yellow Pikachu moveset was Thunderbolt, Thunder, Mega
If I
Kick,
recall,
and
that
Slam.
run hit 15 out of 16 slams.
Yeah, you were talking about how good Slam is. You never once mentioned for a Pikachu.
Slam is super good. I really
All right, I'm
love
back at
it.
Brock again. Wish me luck.
Fuck.
Let's go
Seriously, why
critical.
does Mew's crit rate all of a sudden go down when it's just on Brock?
Maybe it was never
Like-
that
like
high to
I
begin
said,
with.
The unwanted critical hit is the.
I don't know,
best.
19% seems high, but I guess for Gen 1 standards, not really the highest.
I mean, it should be 1 every 5 attacks if you think about it, and it just does not work that way.
Theoretically.
Oh, you know
Like,
what would have been a
yeah.
great troll choice by Scott? Gyarados.
In yellow? Oh my god,
Yes.
dude, why? Why?
Can you imagine?
Imagine racing Alakazam. I actually have the perfect Alakazam in yellow route.
But, you need to
I know the exact number of potions you need to buy and the trainers you need to fight in what order. I have all that.
I guess it had to be a Pokemon that was not such a big barrier for newcomers. Like it had to be.
He literally made us run the P word.
Yeah, but Parasect was not that bad at the start of the game. It was
we
bad
came up-
after.
We came up with a lot of theories on why Scott picked Mew, and out
It was
competitive.
on his
Like,
poll.
so, was that really it?
It was
Yeah,
on
his
the-
poll from 2 years ago had Porygon, Parasect, Mew, and Snorlax. That's the reason my
Okay,
guess was
so
Snorlax.
The next year
Oh.
is Snorlax then?
It was on his poll like right before the Porygon race, or I'm sorry, the P word race. Forgive me for swearing in the church.
It had to be another Pokemon with P. It was
Well, anyways,
Porygon, it was
so
Parasect.
the only downside to Mew was competitiveness. There were so many upsides to Mew. So some of those upsides, a lot of it had to do with editing.
I don't
There's a
think
lot
Mew was
less-
allowed in competitive back
There's
then.
a lot less things to talk
It's
about.
over.
So like for instance, Smeargle Run, Scott had to talk about every single person's strategy, and it was just it took up so much time. Well, I'm pretty sure once people figure out the best way to play Mew, there's probably only gonna be like 2 or 3 strategies total.
Yeah, I mean, maybe for the most competitive times, but there are gonna be a lot of people that obviously because Mew has such a vast move pool, there are people that are gonna be trying all kind of things. I mean, I really get why it's Mew in that sense.
I mean, it's really nice that people are trying to compete for the
yeah,
most gimmicky moveset because Scott's having prizes for different categories, and one of them is like the best Mimi run or something like that.
yeah, the best novelty run, yeah, like meme run or something, yeah.
Speaking of meme runs,
You just died.
Austin, you can't submit one. Scott said 1 submission per person.
Did he?
no,
Yeah, 1
I
submission
thought
per
no.
person.
I thought no. I thought he said you could do both because I was thinking about doing a.
I don't think so because I think in his rules it said each person can only submit once.
I mean, if anything, I will ask because there's definitely not the same thing a novelty run than a real run, but it's fine.
How many people are choosing to do bite only?
No,
I don't think I've seen anyone do. I saw a guy do
This would be
only
the perfect
transform
Pokemon to
with
bite
Mew.
only. It has 100 HP.
Some guy did Mew with only transform and it took him 7 hours.
Well, that would be hard. That's basically just Ditto.
with more HP.
Yeah, Ditto with a lot more HP. Actually, that's an impressive time.
But does he know about Red Riosity's tip? Just use struggle starting Route 3.
Crap.
The struggle. Because Mew actually does get a good attack stat to use the struggle. Okay, I guess I will stick to Bill. Just to see if you die.
Come on, crit the Starmie. You've used like 4 Hardens already.
What?
I really
Get a
hate
crit.
that Starmie also seems to love spamming Harden for some reason.
Okay. It took me 8 Mega Punches, not 1 crit, but at least none of them missed, so I still won.
Ooh. How early does Mew get Metronome?
30.
Level
30.
30. So it's a no-go at that point.
There's a reason I know this off the top of my head.
Well,
I think if it was level 10, it would have been funny. If it was a level 10.
Well, I mean,
there's
there's no limit to when the bide or when the Metronome only run has to start.
Yeah, no, I mean for a meme run, yes, you can start with metronome, but like if
Oh
Mew
no, I
for
wasn't
real,
saying
level
start.
10
I meant like you just start when you hit 30.
Yeah, there
In
is
that case, that would just be Mew with extra steps.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, but I think it would have been fun if Mew learns metronome at level 10 instead of transform, and we are all basically resetting until Brock gets done at level 10 with metronome 2 times. The thing would have been funny. Because I swear to God, after that, I think
Also,
nobody else would be using metronome after
Fr-
that.
Francisco, it feels like these guys are really against meme runs unless you start with the move, which would be cheating.
Nah,
It's
but
a cheat.
meme run
All,
you can do
all
that.
these Mew runs are cheated. There's no encounters in Mount Moon.
No, but for a meme run, they let you do
I love how
whatever.
you pulled
For
my
a meme- for
my
a meme
my
run, they
rule
let you
out.
do whatever, man. It's a meme run. It's not supposed to be serious. Like even if you like showcase a task or something, it's just fine. It's a meme run.
I remember during the Parasect race, some guy submitted a 4 times speed Parasect TAS, and the time was like 24 minutes.
Like dodging everything, whole critical hits,
So,
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Interesting note, if somebody were to do the metronome only run, speaking from experience, I can tell you that if you do lock the metronome in at 64 pp, just want you to know that means 64 at the start of the battle. Crap, I just realized I forgot to teach dig. So 64 at the start of the battle. If you end up using more than 64 the whole entire battle, you will run out.
Would you survive 64 turns?
You would be shocked
I
how
bet I would
many
probably
times
pick
you can use
explosion before.
you can use Leer and terrible moves.
At least there is no Paris song in this game to get.
Yeah, there's
There's
just
self-destruct
self-destruct and
and
explosion.
Yeah,
You
there's no shotgun explosion.
every single time you attack, you have like a 2% chance of killing yourself.
In other games, there is Memento, Paris song, all the other.
No,
explosion
John,
moves.
rage only would actually not be that bad. I understand
is
how
fine.
bad it is, but trust me, rage only would be an improvement over metronome only.
Wouldn't you die at the ghost though?
Okay,
yeah,
well,
Ghost.
you have to change the definition of only at that part.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna be leaving.
Okay.
Wish you luck with the run, Steve, and have a good night, evening, day. or
What about
whatever.
me? Where's my luck? Give me
Have a
some
good
luck.
night, Ike.
Oh, luck. I am ready be
Thanks,
giving you
Ike.
luck all the time. Also, Austin is here. He's probably better than me, so don't worry.
You won't reveal your seconds.
Well,
we don't know
guys,
if you were faster than
I
Austin.
will not. I will not because I will keep the suspense.
Our chance of Sabrina getting another Gen 1 miss just went out the door.
Where's the fun of him? Okay, guys, have a good day. See ya.
Say,
Have a good night.
Well, it's unfortunate. There's no chance of a Sabrina Gen 1 miss now.
Gonna have to beat the Alakazam for real this time.
Yep. And by for real, we mean essentially resetting until it uses Psywave.
Also, I didn't heal for the Nugget Bridge, but at least I wasn't in red bar this time. I was in low yellow, so I had some health to spare.
Some would say that you actually intentionally played slower by not being red bar.
If it makes you feel better, I'm at red bar for Rival 3 now.
Perfect.
The Sandshrew lived.
This is
'cause I
how
used
you gain
Body
time on
Slam by
Austin.
mistake.
It's like battling with Dig versus Earthquake, you know? You're every single time you battle red bar, you're technically gaining time.
But red bar in yellow version sucks.
Really?
It does, yeah. The only jingle it skips is the level up sound. It doesn't skip Pokemon cries.
Oh. Oh wow, that didn't happen to me last time. I didn't get sand
I
attack.
actually had a run where. Oh.
I didn't get sand attacked, but I got confusion crit.
Hey Austin, I had a surge fight with one of my Mew runs where I paralyzed him with Body Slam, and then he used an X speed to cancel out the paralysis speed drop. And I'm like, good job, Surge.
That's impressive. Did he crit a Mega Kick on you after that?
I actually never once lost to Surge.
That's good.
Oh, did you guys know that
Imagine you get a
bookcase
really
is
good
crammed
block.
full of books?
Does it have the latest issue of Poke Magazine?
Of course. Signed by
Whenever you talk
Miyamoto
to the
himself.
bookshelves whenever you talk to the bookshelves like in Hoenn, it always talks about the newest issue of Pokemon Weekly.
Yeah, they made a lot of flavor text there.
I do not like how I only have 3 Body Slams going into Rock Tunnel.
Have you guys ever checked the trash can from the boat captain?
In randomizers I have.
The trash can for the boat captain absolutely says something along the lines of ew or gross, or it's full of the contents of the
that
captain.
one.
Have looked.
It said yuck, shouldn't have looked.
Ah, right.
Alright, I'm on the Bulbasaur girl. The odds is only a 48% chance, and I got it. Nice.
Oh, right. When you were bringing up that Ash only run, it piqued my interest that Bulbasaur had to be first over Charmander, so that means you have to backtrack to get to Charmander.
Wouldn't you just use the potion glitch on your Pikachu to just get its friendship to max?
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a glitch where if you use a potion on a Pikachu to raise its friendship, even if it heals no HP, it still raises its friendship. So
But-
you can just use the same potion, spend like 2 minutes spamming A, and you can get Bulbasaur for free.
Oh.
Yeah.
I actually knew that as a kid because I saw some Game Facts guide about it.
Wait, can Bulbasaur learn Dig?
No,
No.
it can't even learn
Uh,
Earthquake in Gen 1.
Well, no, that wasn't
only
my
gets
point. My
strength, I
point was
think,
technically if
maybe.
you do that early enough in the game, you could, in theory, get Bulbasaur before Charmander.
Hey Austin, in any of your runs for Mew, have you accidentally encountered the girl on Route 8 with the 5 Pidgeys?
Just once.
I did in one of my runs. It hurts so bad whenever she sees you. Like, it's a worse feeling than seeing a wild Pokemon. It's an awful feeling. It
Yup.
wouldn't be so bad if she had, like, just one Pokemon and it was like Eradicate or something.
Yeah, that's definitely one to avoid.
10%
Uh-oh.
confused? Come on! I knew I should have used Dig. That's on me.
Don't underestimate the Slowpoke.
Speed
My
this-
overworlding is very good this run.
Oh, right. I had to reset. Got it. Oh wait, does that mean my repels are gonna run out early? Yep. Okay, well let's just do it after Explode Guy. Oh, I forgot to save. Damn it.
Did you save over the repel?
It's not the right move. Uh-oh.
No,
no,
not
no, no,
defense
no.
curl. Okay. I really
I
think there for
accidentally
a
used
second because
Ice
it's
Beam on
90% accurate.
the shelter. I accidentally used Ice Beam on the shelter and it supersonicked me.
That's actually tragic.
I mean, John, I don't think anybody's gonna want to watch that run except for RBY viewers. I just
What
Gen
run?
1 missed Dig, by the way.
Good job.
Well, John Calibro just told in the comment section, basically just pitched an RBY Pokemon Challenges video.
Caterpie with 0 base stats.
Close. Mew with only Bubble, Absorb, Lick, and Peck. Crap.
He did a run with Mewtwo with only the worst moves, and I think it was like Bide, Counter, Constrict, and Toxic, I think.
Yep.
I actually watched that. Like, even with Mewtwo's like extremely bad moveset, I think it did good until Rival 5. And it had to be minimum battles too.
Interesting. Low kick was required.
Hey Austin, I really hate Erica's team. Her Tangela just lives anything you use.
I mean, have you tried using Fly?
I actually, in one of my older routes, I actually did use Fly for the Champions Executor. It was a pretty decent route at first, but I had to really cut back on the times I teach TM, so that had to be scrapped.
Yeah.
Oh, did I have a Blackout at some point?
Fly is actually a somewhat okay move from you.
Oh, I haven't sold stuff.
I
Okay.
don't remember.
Also, it took me until 20 minutes in to make my first overworld mistake. I flew to Saffron when I meant to fly to Celadon. Oh well.
Yeah, I've had a couple missed flies. They always feel bad.
I
Not
do
as
it
bad
every
as
run. I
encountering
don't
the
feel bad
5
about it anymore.
Pokemon last.
I don't feel bad about it anymore because I do it every run. Every time I want to fly to Fuchsia, gotta fly to Pallet first. It's just what you do.
Also, good news, I'm back at Koga, and I still have that full restore, so if I get poisoned, I'm all good.
Crap. John just said to remember to grab Eevee.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
forget Eevee.
I completely spaced out and forgot you were doing Vaporeon.
I still don't
Did
know
you
if
Vaporwatch
Vaporeon
them?
or Poliwag is faster.
We had this conversation
Yes, we
earlier.
did.
You were here, but you weren't here.
I'm barely even here right now.
I feel like this
Okay,
is
I'm
the thing, you just
spamming.
gotta
All right,
try
I'm
it and
spamming Psychic
test.
on Koga. I've got 10 seconds. I've got a 12% one shot. Can I get it? Darn. I don't think I've ever once got the one shot on Venomoth.
I think I did in my last run.
Hey, Steve, I'm actually cutting on the left tree.
Crazy. This is a foreign strategy to me. You know what's not foreign to me? Missing as many rock slides as humanly possible. This is just
That's a you thing.
and apparently Kadabra critting. These are just normal things that I just deal with on a regular basis. Oh good, I have over
I get a
45
double
speed,
leech
so I'm
speed
faster
finish.
than Ghastly's. This is something I've had to memorize. I don't typically memorize speed, but unfortunately I've had to memorize Ghastly's speed.
This is that kind of run.
Well, luckily we're just barely over it, which is probably part of the reason why we do all of the overtraining in the beginning.
Yeah, luckily it's paying off for us.
On the bright side, we learned a lot last run about Sabrina. Basically 91 speed mandatory. You must train until 91 speed. And then shit, was rival 5 50 we wanted to be?
It was either 48 or 50.
I think we did it at 48, but we kind of decided that 50 would have been better for one-shotting the first 2 Pokemon.
50 is probably a good goal.
Dang, I am not getting good range luck on Rival 5.
Never underestimate Drowsy. Hit it with your best move. I've died to that Drowsy so many times.
Only takes one hypnosis.
Same thing with the end of Nugget Bridge Zubat. Hit it with your best move. The end of Nugget Bridge Zubat is a terror. It's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, Supersonic can be brutal.
I can't remember if I did Erica here.
I don't remember you doing Erica.
I just now
you
realized, though,
didn't.
that I didn't pick up any of the ethers or max ethers or whatever for Nugget or for here.
Yeah, you could grab the max elixir at the bottom, although that's kind of after everything.
Okay, I must have been a much higher level when I did this training last time.
I think you did it after Self.
Yeah, probably. Oh, John said I did Erica after Koga. Really? Okay, well, we're not going to need to worry about... That's just the worst. The very first one, I didn't even get to use my digs. This guy, I hate this guy. Why does this guy even exist? One Machop, you might as well have made it a Machop.
Such an unfortunate range on the Weezing.
Yeah, well, I've found a lot of Pokemon that have to deal with... Oh, this guy's got the not good... Oh, right. Well, I guess they're not the worst.
You had decent experience, I think.
It says base XP of 103, so I guess that's fine.
Oh no. Come on, no crit. No! I had to say it. I got confused on Blaine's Ninetales while setting up sword stance. I hit myself and I ended up in low health, but I snapped out of confusion, knocked out the Rapidash, and then on the Arcanine I said no crit, and it crit, and I died.
That's rough.
I had an extremely good time going into here too, but I did make one
And did it
I did
again.
make one major mistake. I actually forgot. I actually forgot to get the rare candy in the warden's house, so I tried to make up for it by getting the one on the 10th floor, which is slower.
It's okay.
So I'm not too upset about it.
Speed didn't notice, so I'm not very upset about it.
I guess I'll put in my notes, get the rare candy.
For a little bit there, I was watching your actual YouTube stream and not the Discord's screen share, so I was out of sync.
Oh wait, this is exactly where I wanted to be.
Cycling road and
Yeah, yep. Clean up cycling. Okay, so we still have the trainers on the left side. You tried. You tried to first trainer poison me. How dare you?
Hey Austin, I'm trying to think in my head how many rare candies I'd have by the time I get to Rival 5. I'm trying to think of the rare candies. Let's see, there's Mount Moon, Cerulean. What are the next rare candies? Can't remember.
let's see, Mount Moon.
I mean, I can name all 12 if you want.
SSN,
Okay, what's after the SSN?
cycling road, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of candies before cycling road. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey Steve, list off all the candies you know.
While I'm playing?
It's just mindless grinding.
It's mindless until you get a range, and then you actually have to think. Okay.
'Cause the only ones I can think of are Mount Moon and Cerulean, and SS San, but I can't remember what the next one is.
Last time I remember these being a range, so let's make sure to actually dig this
Pokemon
time.
Tower, that's the next one.
Yeah, Pokemon Tower. Hey, Zealous.
Oh, Zealous Pawn.
Hello.
You missed me dying to Blaine. Well, I'm not screen sharing. I don't want Austin stealing my ideas.
Ah, yes, because Austin's going to use your ideas.
Shut up.
Hey, Zealous.
Dude, Speed was like saying the same stuff to me too the other day. Like he was streaming, so I was like, "Oh, I'll just check in and see how he's going." He's like, "Oh my god, you're here to steal my strategies." I was like, "All right, I guess I'll hang out then."
I'm not just making stuff up. Steve and I literally spent like a grand total of 10 hours routing out Van Man's itemless race. There was one guy who watched the entire time, never said anything, and then he submitted his own run. We're pretty sure he used our strats because he ended up getting a way better time than us. We're confident he stole our route. Remember that, Steve?
So if he stole your route, should he have gotten about the same time as you?
No, because
It was a better time than us. Like it was the guy who was just sitting there the whole time, never said anything.
Yeah, but if he stole your route, shouldn't it have been a similar time?
It was a better time because our attempts
have
really
you ever
weren't
heard
the
of this
best.
thing called being better?
Yeah, Austin.
See, people like me, they jump over fences and they walk into walls. Have you ever considered that some people don't do that?
I'm pretty sure Austin bumps into walls.
I do. I had 800 bonks in one of my runs.
I think my PB for bonks in my 33-minute run was I think it was just under 700.
All right, guys, you're about to be proud of me.
You
Oh,
remember the rebel?
Oh.
I did it.
Oh,
Steve, you had
character
to wait for
development.
you had to wait for Ike to go away. It's all right. I'll take a picture.
I couldn't help but notice you have Vaporeon there. Are you going to go for the Scott's Thought strategy of knocking out Blaine's gym with the Vaporeon?
What? This is a solo run.
Yeah, that happened in a stream the other day. He tried to take a Blackout, and the Vaporeon was too strong and ended up taking out one of the trainers of Blaine's gym.
Who was this?
Scott. Scott did this in one of his red streams the other day.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't generally use the Vaporeon strat ever. I only am doing it this one because this Pokemon literally cannot beat anything. Like,
Yeah, it makes sense. Blaine is a lot easier than Fievel.
exactly. Or Sabrina in this case.
Yeah.
You see my speed at 73? That needs to be 91 before I can defeat Sabrina.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
I'm
good
coming
at
for you,
this
Austin.
game.
All right, and
Well,
because last
I
time
edited
I
my notes with it.
because last time I got a reset on the third trainer in here, I'm gonna go ahead and just spam dig this time instead of saving dig. Because I'm probably gonna almost die to something in here and then have to go back and heal.
Hey, Austin, I'm doing another run. I'm gonna get to you one of these days.
Good luck. You got this. This is gonna be the run.
John.
Austin, you're so evasive, man. I know you have.
I am trying so hard to actually. I'm trying so hard because I actually want to win this because I haven't won a race since Porygon, and I want to like. I don't know. What's the phrase? It's like
Is podium
when
not
you
good
come
enough
out
for
of
you?
racing retirement and you want to get that trophy again.
Is getting on the podium not good enough?
Ask that to the guy in second place. Like, how do you think Gym Leader Matt felt after the Parasect race?
Good. I'm
No,
pretty
the
sure it
only-
benefited
he-
his channel a lot.
No, he's still a little sour about it. That's why he tried so hard in the Smeargle race, and I think he ended up winning it.
He did by 3 seconds.
Yeah, but I'm saying
But
like
yeah.
when you won the Parasect race, it bolstered your channel a bunch, and I'm pretty sure it also bolstered Gym Leader Matt's channel. Even if it left a bad taste in his own mouth, that's fine. But I'm saying I think it helped.
I'm sure that it did.
Yeah, but nobody wants to watch the second place guy.
No, I've checked out his channel. I didn't know who he was before that.
I agree. I think it helped, even if he didn't like it.
Steve, you should be understanding how I feel. You literally have the mental attitude of, if I'm not going to win, what's the point of competing?
Well, here's the thing. You physically have the capabilities of winning. I don't. I run into walls. I can't go through doors. These are just normal aspects that I just have to deal with. Not all of us can just use metronome and get fly.
That was not me.
Not all of us can just get Gen 1 misses and be like, I win. That was an Ike joke.
That is a classic Ike show.
No, the classic Ike strat is having Lance miss every single Hydro Pump, and he's puzzled why everyone
Oh
else
my
is getting
God.
resets on Lance.
We did a run once where Lance needed to miss like I think 2 Hydro Pumps, and he got it like first try.
Yeah,
Easiest
and then
thing
we're
to
like,
have.
well, it's gonna happen in the second run, and on the second run, I think it took him like 2 or 3 tries.
I
And he
think in the
won
second
again.
run he actually did a little bit more training where he only needed 1 Hydro Pump miss, but it still again happened in like the very first try.
No, wait. Actually, that's 4%. 4% to miss 2 Hydro Pumps.
No, it's 30% to him.
Yeah, he's not really. I don't know. He must have like a good intuition for these probabilities, but the way he talks about it is ridiculous. He's like, "Oh, I just assume that Dugong rests 100% of the time," and it's like that's not what happens. Like, there's logic to it. Sometimes it's 50, sometimes it's 70%. He's like, "I just assume it's 100."
I know in
like that way.
yellow version, it's roughly 80% on turn 2.
Depends on your Pokemon.
Depends on your typing. Yeah.
Yeah.
80% for
I
Nidoking.
think I think if you're weak to Psychic, though, it's
100% if you're weak to Psychic.
on turn 2.
Well, okay. It's not actually 100%. It's 100% if you're weak to Psychic and not weak to the other stuff. If you're a Nidoking or a Nidoqueen and you're also weak to Ice and Water, then it's 80%.
So I did all of Sylph training last time, but I'm much a higher level this time. I'm wondering if I should not do all of the Sylph training this time.
You could probably just hit the efficient trainers.
I mean, do I essentially just get to 91 speed or get really close to 91 speed where Rival 5, the trainer after it, and Giovanni have a guarantee of getting me over 90?
I've got the strat for you, dude. Can you survive one Psychic from the Kadabra?
No. It crit two for it went 2 for 2 on crits, so no. Literally no. The answer is no.
But a regular hit. Will you survive a regular hit?
We don't know. I got crit 2 for 2.
Well, here's the thing. If you can survive one hit, you can get a special drop and badge boost your speed above all the other Pokemon in Sabrina's team.
Not if you level up immediately after
Well,
like I
okay,
did.
but we can plan
There was
around
so much going wrong that first run.
We can plan around that.
This is also a medium slow Pokemon, so you also gotta imagine at some point in that battle I will level up, unless I candy before. I really don't want to do that.
Well, you've got the experience on your screen, so you can see
Yeah,
with your training when you've just leveled up.
I
and try
don't-
it then.
I don't know.
I'm
all
really
of them off
loving
the
the
top of my head, unfortunately. Like
Really
how
loving
much
the-
XP each of them give.
I really love the XP bar on Scott's overlay. It makes me really wish mine had it.
I was there when he
I
made
think
it.
it's really nice.
I was literally there in the Discord call when he was coding it onto his overlay. Probably the initial version. I mean, there might have been a V2, but I was there when he made the first one.
I don't know, he also got his to scroll like really smooth.
I was not there when he did that. When he was coding it, when I was there, it jerked. It jerked from the first spot to the second spot.
I remember that. Sure,
Okay, so level 50 is definitely not going to be enough. It'll probably be enough for Rival 5 like we imagined, but looks like it won't be enough. I think what happened is we did all of
Austin.
the training on Cycling Road after Rival 5, so since we did it before Rival 5, being at the same level as last time would be deceptive.
Austin.
That might be it.
I had a Mew run. The Ekans trainer. No, it wasn't the Ekans trainer. It was Jesse and James. Their coughing poisoned me, and I only had 20 HP left, and I couldn't make it to the center.
I think you need like 23 or something. It's around there.
Yeah, and I remember Axu was saying that some people would just buy an antidote for that, and I'd rather just start the run over than that.
I've been
I'm
buying
going-
antidotes every
I'm
time.
I'm going full reset list. I just have to hope that I somehow make it. I don't even look at my HP.
I think I
Yeah,
did
but, like,
so
if you're
many.
going for a really aggressive Brock, you know.
I did so
you might
many
want an antidote.
Dratini Nuzlocks that I can't remember the exact number. It was either 12 or 14, but you can make it all the way from the level 9 Weedle guy to the Pokemon Center with like if you had 14 or more HP remaining. So if I had gotten poisoned and I had like 9 HP remaining at the end, I'm like, oh well, the run's over.
Oh, Austin, I also learned that Scott's overlay does not remove encounters on Route 2.
Yeah, because you can walk around the grass.
I actually thought that you could, so I remember one run I tried it and I encountered a Pidgey. I'm like, well, I guess you can't. I guess Scott's not a complete cheater.
This
I'm
is
just
our
giving him a hard time because Steve and I always have encounters on because that's how the game works.
Yeah, I can't duplicate that at home. That's not fair that he can do that.
You could use his overlay and duplicate that.
Well, that
I think Steve likes his overlay better. I mean, look at it. It looks like Pokemon cards.
You could run it in the background and not show the visuals of it at all.
but
Just
what
have
if I
block
what if I were
encounters.
on? Okay, so typically when I download somebody else's ROM, I'm essentially going on vacation. I'm playing on my phone. I can't turn the encounters off on my phone. I'm just essentially playing the game the way it was intended to be played.
I
It
to
was
Brock
intended to be
again.
played at 1x speed.
Well, no, I turned super speed on. I'm not a savage.
Let's see.
The phone has that feature.
It was intended to be played on a Game Boy Color.
Okay.
With a Pikachu
I guess that
starter.
depends on how old of a Game Boy Color Game Boy are we talking about. I had the Game Boy Pocket and mine didn't have mine didn't have color. Mine had a slider that made it more black or more white.
I think you should change your YouTube channel to just have you playing on a Game Boy Color at 1x speed.
I don't know if I could do that. Playing the game at 1x speed is already infuriating enough to me.
Hey, that's how the good Lord intended, right? Like that's how we had it in 1997.
Well, we need to lead a rebellion. A lot of famous people in history have done so.
All right, I think I'm getting around. I think the next level. Do you think I can get two speed per level?
Probably not.
Well, I just gained 3 speed in that one level right there. So I only need 1 speed. So essentially between Rival 5, Giovanni, and the Marowak guy, I think that'll get me 1 level. And a nice damage rounding threshold of 53.
Hey, Austin, do you have any theories on what the top 3 prizes are going to be? Or the other categories?
I think Scott said something about a trading card.
Oh, imagine if
overheard
Scott
during a
made his own
stream.
physical trading card with his avatar on it, and he would mail it to you, and you'd hold on to it like an NFT. Imagine the
yeah.
Scott NFTs.
The Scott pump and dump, he's gonna get you in on the ground floor if you're at the top.
He's inspired by Jake Paul to do the same thing.
He's like, I'm a YouTube influencer, guys. This is
Yeah,
like what you're
invest
supposed to
in the Dogecoin.
do.
Please still have the full restore. Yep.
I know one of my coworkers has investments in Dogecoin. I'm not
When
kidding.
did they make these investments is the question.
I think it's been at least a couple of years. I remember a couple years ago we mentioned that.
Is it an investment or is it a gamble?
That's what investments are.
I don't think you're supposed to invest in anything mainstream because it could either go really good or really bad. Usually bad.
Yeah, usually if you're a lot younger, it's usually and you want to like invest, it can be a better idea to go for the more risky options.
Well, you have more time to recover from it at least.
Wow.
If it doesn't go well.
I am getting very horrible Pidgey luck.
Your
What
mic's picking up your keyboard there, Zealous.
Oh, my bad. My keyboard is very clicky.
I can't stand those clicky keyboards.
I have a mechanical keyboard, but it's labeled stealth.
All right, is this better?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Kind of. Not exactly.
Is your mic on top of your F key or something?
I got
I'm
10%
debating whether to restart
confused.
this
Are you
run.
serious?
It took me 5 Pidgey encounters to actually catch the Pidgey because I kept knocking it out. I'm still going to play to Brock, though. I told myself that I'm not going to reset before Brock. So, like, no matter if the run's bad, I'm still going to get to Brock.
Ah,
is
How can you prepare for this? 10% confused and Psybeam crit. You can't prepare for this.
more accurate, Sabrina.
I over prepared. I overtrained. I did everything right, and nothing's going right. Okay, well, double reflect. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you. Normal psi wave thing. These are normal things you're supposed to do, Sabrina. All right, well, that's the last use of dig. So I think we're teaching earthquake.
Hey, Austin, how big is your, how many replays have you recorded so far? Do you delete them as you go, or do you just keep them in the folder?
Oh no, I just have all of them.
What's
They're
the number
tiny.
you're at now?
Let me check.
I'm on record number 58.
Oh, thanks, John. I absolutely 100% was going to forget that.
Evie?
Yeah.
Oh, right, you're past that.
I'm up to replay number 56.
You and I have done actually the same number of playthroughs. I'm on 58 right now. Oh, Austin, I have a question. Is it a time save on 4 times speed to keep the Mew nicknamed Mew, like don't name it, or to name it A? Like, which of the
I've been
two do you think
naming
is
it
better?
A, but I don't actually know because your name comes up a lot. But
I think
three
it,
Yeah,
is also really.
But what
think
I
it
was
really just-
thinking is that Mew only has 3 characters, and the whole naming screen takes time too, so it's not like it's Raticate. If it was Raticate, I would probably say yes, but the fact that Mew only has 3 characters, like, I'm just not sure. I'm naming myself A, but I'm actually keeping Mew named Mew. I used to actually name the Mew Speed every run, but then I realized if I actually want a good time, I'm gonna have to stop doing it. It's hard. Because that's what I'm known for. All my Pokemon are named Speed. I've been doing it since the Porygon race. I did it so Scott would know it's my footage.
is that because they're on speed?
Yes.
I see how it would give them a competitive advantage if they were on speed.
I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom.
Oh, Leer me. Leer me so I'm faster than Doug Trio. Leer me. Leer. Leer. Hate you, Rhyhorn. I hate you.
Hey, he doesn't understand English. You gotta say horn, rye, horn, horn.
No guarantee I can win. Okay. Okay. Now that we... I take that back. I take that back. We could absolutely still lose.
Man, Steve, shame on you for losing to the Rhydon.
I assumed that the only way for me to lose there was to get hit by Body Slam, get paralyzed, and then get, like, fear. Oh, crap. Now I forgot to go for the Leer. Darn it. And you dug a hole? I'll dig a hole. Oh, right. I'm slower than you. That must... Oh, right. I was hit by Growl. I'm like, there's no way I could knock out that Nidoqueen in one hit. It wasn't even close to half last time.
You know
oh,
what's weird?
come on.
I've actually
Look
had
how
some
close I am to a
runs.
level up.
I've actually had some runs where, for some reason, the Nidoqueen was more likely to be a one-shot than Nidoking. I do not understand why, because Nidoqueen has more HP.
Oh, wait. No, this is actually good. This is good. That means after I defeat the Pidgeot, I can badge boost. No, this is great. This is actually where I want to be. Okay, I don't think we're getting under 110 though. Clearly grossly overestimated psychic Pokemon. Turns out we must have gotten pretty lucky with some psychic Pokemon previously.
What sucks about having to transform into the Onix is that you're speed tied. And the fight is still inconsistent. $447 Brock. Not really a good Brock, but I'll take it. I've learned in these Mew runs, you just gotta accept whatever Brock time you can.
I don't think that's the Van Man way of thinking.
Yeah, and that way of
or
thinking
nothing
has
else.
led him. That way of thinking has not won him a single race.
You gotta go perfection or nothing else. This is the Van Man way of living.
I go the entire run without saving once. I'm gonna accept whatever Brock I can get because I only beat him 1 in 5 times. Honestly, once I'm past Misty, Mew is effectively safe until Rival 5. Because on Rival 5, like on his Sand Slash, I only have a 27% chance to one-shot him, and the Cloyster's a 38% chance. And the Flareon's a 40% chance to be a 2-hit, so yeah, not really good ranges. But it's like the best I could get.
I feel like I've done everything right this run. All the strategy and
did.
everything, and
It's because Ike left and Austin left. Remember, Austin left.
I mean, he's here technically in spirit.
What about Ike? Is he here in spirit?
Well, no, because I can't see him on Discord, but I can see Austin on Discord.
Oh,
Alrighty, I'm back.
But I've done everything right. Unfortunately, I think a lot of the bad matchups were just worse this run. I mean, it makes perfect sense. I did it needs to be redone now, but I did Polyrath way back in the day, and my first Polyrath run was so horrifically bad. My overworlding and like strategy and everything was so bad. And my second run, I fixed everything. I played a perfect enough run, like just my own version of perfect. And just everything went perfect. And then I got to the Champions Alakazam. And then everything went horribly wrong. And I ended up getting a worse time than the first run.
I hate what Pokemon was this?
Holy shit. Polyrath.
Polyrath it's basically like most of the fights are pretty dang good, but there's 4 fights that matter and you get tons of resets on them. Oh my god.
But I mean, it was just like Hypnosis Luck wasn't going my way, and just everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And the thing is, the first run, everything that could go right did go right. So, there's a little bit.
Oh man.
There's a little bit of truth to the phrase "better lucky than good."
Okay, I ended up getting confused on the Goldeen trainer's Goldeen. I kept hitting myself, so I had to enter Misty at low HP. And I ended up beating her at like 3 HP, and that's just too low for Nugget Bridge. So I did have to heal at the center for a second time, which lost me some seconds. But I just had to do it because 3 HP is just not good enough.
Yeah. Were you out of potions?
What potions? The only potion I pick up is the one in the forest to use before Brock. I don't get any other potions till Vermilion, because in Vermilion I buy 5 super potions, which actually are needed in a couple of spots. Okay, that was unlucky. The last on the Nugget Bridge, the first one with Nidoran, it's a guaranteed one-shot with Mega Punch, and I missed, and I got hit with Growl.
Oof.
So yeah, more time lost there.
Aren't you buying a Pokeball though? Before you go to
Yeah.
the forest?
Yeah.
Alright, Steve's in
Why
the
not
Elite
just-
Four now.
Why not just buy a potion there Because I think it's
I
faster to
only
buy it
need
versus
one
pick it up.
potion.
Yeah, but I think it's faster to buy it than pick it up because you don't have that like long text when you press
Well, I have no idea. Maybe the difference is like half a second. I don't think that really matters.
Supersonic
I don't think
strikes again.
I don't think that really matters. But no, specifically I need super potions. Like I use one after Rival 5 to make sure I have enough HP for Giovanni. And I use one before Surge too. Oh, Austin, I want to mention this. I actually go a super long time without any Pokemon centers. I even routed it as such. I do the mandatory heal in Cerulean, and I don't heal at another center until Fuchsia.
Nice.
I'm quite proud of myself for that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You got to rely on the lavender heal pad, and whenever I teach a move, it coincidentally always seems to go over the moves that's about to be ran out of power points.
Nice.
Plus, I pick up the Death Ether by Bill's house.
I do too, but that's because I'm using it immediately. That's the rule for that ether.
Yeah,
Do
Like,
you all?
pick it up and
that's
use
the
it
rule for the
immediately.
Death Ether.
Do you also name it the Death Ether?
No, but I like it. Maybe I'll adopt that.
Do you want to know why we call it the Death Ether?
It sounds kind of like a Death Eater from Harry Potter.
No, but I like what
Steve
you
will
think.
explain it.
So the reason why we call it a Death Ether is because I pick it up on first runs all the time, but I never ever use it on my first runs. So it sits in my bag the whole game. So
Yeah.
I end up having PP I end up having item like bag issues the whole game because this stupid ether that I pick up on every run is just sitting there in my bag.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
what
call
like
it the
to do,
Death
man.
Ether, but I call the one on the
And back-
SSN the Life Ether because this ether you usually pick up if you're going to immediately use it before Surge. So it's the Life Ether because it grants life, whereas the other one is the Death Ether because it grants death.
In this run, the Death Ether is the Life Ether. I use it to skip a center heal.
Exactly, but you never know until you test it out. But this isn't your first run, so
This is my 59th run.
exactly. So it's not. It's
Three
only a
quarters
Death
of them
Ether
die
when
to
you
proc.
don't know what's in front of you. There's probably a good name you can use for the max ether as well, because usually
That's
you
just
only
the
pick
max
up that.
ether.
You usually only pick up that max ether if you're going to use it.
Is it maximum death? Max
No,
death?
no, it would be a good thing because theoretically the only reason to ever pick up that ether is you know you're going to use it.
But if you pick it up just because you have a habit of picking
Well,
it up,
that would
I
be
saw
that'd be ludicrous. That'd be on you.
I saw you thinking about taking Slam.
No. Nobody saw that.
That's the best move in the game. Don't make fun of it.
Oh, nice.
You know, one thing I don't like about Scott's Overlay, it doesn't show my current HP stat. Like, I need to know if I need to use a potion or not without opening my menu.
Oh, mine does that in the bottom left.
I mean, mine does it.
I very much like that. I actually use that a lot for Surge. Surge is the one time I actually look at that stat the most.
Oh yeah, the super potions I buy, yeah, the first one I always use before Surge because I use it to... I actually skip healing at the center when I dig back to Cerulean.
Like, I'll purposely...
Alright, champion battle time.
I'll purposely look... Okay, we're good with that. Oh my... Okay, you better not miss. Okay.
You bet Gen 1 mess again.
Definitely.
Hey Austin, I got the bicycle under 100 bonks.
Nice.
I think that's a record for me.
Ah, yes. The wing attack.
This is a rough spot.
Yeah.
you're gonna submit your final time, be like, "Hey, 48 minutes, but look at the bonk count." I was so
Yeah,
scared.
Scott needs to have a prize for lowest bonk counter.
The thing is, there's so many guaranteed bonks in the game that people don't even know. Like the at the very end of the game, like after you beat the champion, it bonks you into the machine.
I saw that the other day. I did not know that.
I
I'm like,
100%
wait, you actually
do
bonk
that.
into Oak?
I think it does the same thing in Gen 2.
Well, Scott's overlay also counts jumping down a ledge as a bonk.
1, 2,
There we go.
3. I'm gonna go for 4
Nice.
just in case because I don't think I one-shot last time.
That's how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
No. No! Stop it! What is this?
Hey,
I
at
got
least
the
you
one
tried
shot on the
using
Oddish this
special a
time.
lot.
Nice.
Am I really about to save 1 minute? Okay, for a
Hey,
second there,
I like
he
saving a minute.
could have used Razor Leaf, and I could have saved 0 minutes. I guess I should just be happy with the 1 minute.
Steve, 1 minute time save is good. I just don't like time saves that are under 10 seconds.
I know, but I did everything right this run. I saved 1 minute. I was the right speed for the 2 battles. I was the wrong speed in run 1, and I just lost a more psychic Pokemon. It just sucks.
Life is a Machop.
Yeah. And 82% of people voted under 110. You were all wrong. Apparently, you guys forgot about
Makes
the
you feel better I
dominance of
didn't
psychic
vote.
Pokemon. It doesn't matter if you outspeed them. The ones that you don't outspeed will crit you. Don't you know this? All right, 114. Let's see where this puts us on the leaderboard. Okay. Well, faster or slower than Grimer? 440. Slower than Grimer? Slower than Hitmonchan? Bummer. Actually, you know what? Hitmonchan has a lot more stats. Maybe behind Hitmonchan is fine. Plus, Hitmonchan, I could probably destroy that Hitmonchan time.
Hitmonchan's horrible.
Well, I think. Well, here's the thing. You think it's horrible because we played a randomizer where it didn't get body slam until a victory
no,
road.
Have
you tried playing Hitmonchan when it gets body slam where you're supposed to get body slam?
I played Hitmonchan in yellow. It's one of the videos on my channel.
Yeah,
and it's one of my bottom performing runs.
I gotta tell you, when we played Hitmonchan with the randomizer, Hitmonchan was one of the worst Pokemon I ever played, hands down. Like down there with Eevee. When we play Hitmonchan the way Hitmonchan is supposed to be played, like getting body slam in SSN, it's not the worst. It's just it has its terrible moments. But like as far as like the game is concerned, it's a one shot. One shot's everything until it doesn't.
Comet punch for Brock though.
Right. You can't change what you can't change. But this Pokemon, it had to get to level 18 for Brock, which is probably worse than Hitmonchan.
Why are we playing Mew? It should have been a Hitmonchan race.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
You know what was really sad?
I think Steve would actually like that race.
I was joking the other day that it's not fair that Austin has essentially beaten my Mewtwo time with Mew. That just doesn't seem right. Now, of course,
it's a cheated run.
Yeah, I know that you guys get no encounters in Mount Moon, which saves 1.5 to 2 minutes. You guys get first try Paris and first try like Pidgey
No, we're
Aspiro.
playing yellow. We just pick up the HM users for free.
Yeah, exactly. The HM users. But
Well, the Pidgey's a guaranteed spawn, but it's
the
not a
thing is,
guaranteed catch.
I'm so proud of that Mewtwo because that Mewtwo was like one of I think it was the final run I did, or second to final run before Ditto, and like that's like peak me. Like 32 is not like an old run got a bad time. And the thing is that's also essentially itemless Mewtwo as well, because my first run I was like, all right, I'm gonna YOLO Mewtwo. I'm not gonna pick up any calciums. I'm not gonna pick up any vitamins. I'm not gonna even pick up any rare candies. I'm gonna pick up literally nothing except for essentially Ice Beam and I think Thunderbolt, and that was like it. And I got.
What about Body Slam?
No, I don't think I picked up a Body Slam either. Yeah, well, the thing is, I got 32 minutes, which felt like a great time. Like nobody was gonna beat it, and then you guys got 32 minutes with Mew, which makes it just feel worse.
Steve, it's cheated.
I understand, but it doesn't make me feel good. Like for instance, all right, look at my Butterfree time, which is at 43 to 49. I got a 57. Scott got a 56, which feels like I lost to him, but he also didn't have encounters in Mount Moon. So like, who really won here?
It's about the same.
Right, but technically my time will always be worse because anybody who looks at his leaderboard will see 56, and anybody who looks at my leaderboard will see 57. Makes me want to cheat too.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying though.
Start playing on 6 times speed with instant text.
Obviously,
I think RBY at one point played on 10 times speed with his minimum battles.
oh, he 100% did. He played 10 times speed with the Weedle run, the one that where he got the 1 in 32,000 chance of beating Agatha. I think his thumbnail was like the run Scott couldn't fit, or the run that J Rose couldn't finish. And the thing is, that's before he had clickbaity titles too. Like that one was just like, that was like the first one where I was like, ah, yes, this deserves it because he actually won.
Poisoned, but I still have the full restore.
I think clickbaity titles are good as long as you deliver with a good video to back it up.
I agree. Like he
What I
actually
don't
ended
like
up
is
winning.
what I don't like is clickbaity thumbnails, and the thumbnails show something that never happened in the video.
Oh my god. Like for instance, I saw that J Rose had a video for I think Caterpie or something, and I didn't even bother watching it because I knew the run was impossible.
Yeah.
I also think he gave up on Eevee and then had to do another video. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Because he didn't know about the bide thing, so he did a run and then he stopped in the Pokemon Tower.
Wow.
I got the 12% one shot on Koga's Venomoth.
Nice.
But- So I don't know if he might. So let's put it this way. All right, if J Rose has 2 videos for Eevee, then he kept the first one. If he has 1 video with Eevee where he finishes the run, he deleted the old one to cover his ass. Because I know for a fact there was a video where he didn't finish Eevee. I know it. I saw it. I was there.
I think that was Madrybread, wasn't it?
No. See, the thing is, in J Rose's second video with Eevee, he literally says in chat that people told him in the comment section that he could use bide.
Oh.
I just want to share with you guys that I got a Gen 1 miss on the first run against a Metapod that uses only Harden. It was awful.
Lol.
I've gotten a lot of Gen 1 misses on Metapods, and it's always the first turn, which is just the worst turn.
Right.
I had 2 in a row in one of my run. Well, not. So one Metapod was a Gen 1 miss into a bunch of Hardens, and then the next Metapod on the next Bug Catcher was also a Gen 1 miss into a bunch of Hardens. That was great.
Oh,
I mean, I did a run recently where I got 3 5% misses in a row against a Metapod, and I think I just ran away. I think it was a Pokemon with Tackle, I think. Oh, I think it was Venonat.
All right, time for the bad rival fight.
Okay. But anyway,
All right, I got the 25%.
Zealous Pawn, don't you love how on my leaderboard Ghastly is ahead of Gengar?
That's pretty
As it
wild.
always should have been.
That seems like that probably
Uh-oh.
should be the case.
The reason why is there's about 2 years of experience in between them. I mean, the
So that
thing is,
means
the
you do
strategies
need to
for both
re-rank
Pokemon
Gengar.
are identical. The only difference is stats.
Doesn't Ghastly still need to be a slightly higher level for some things in the end?
Well, yeah, of course. But the thing is, I tried to do that with a bunch of runs too. Like, you can't tell now, but my Charmander was 1 hour. My Charizard was 55 minutes. Charizard now is sitting at 39 minutes. But for a brief moment of time, Charizard and Charmander were within 5 minutes of each other.
Yeah, this is gonna happen when you rank a lot of Pokemon. Like you have over 100 Pokemon ranked. Like Snorlax, for instance, that has to be.
Oh gosh.
Right?
Okay.
Like, it's way too low.
No, Snorlax. I mean, I'm not saying it's where it belongs, but I'm telling you, there's not a lot, like not like a shitload of time to cut off a Snorlax. The Snorlax's early game is bad.
It is, yeah.
I got a sub 40 with Snorlax.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You didn't cheat, did you?
Well, I did use Scott's overlay, but still, it was like it was like low 39s, so it would have been maybe low 40.
Okay. Oh wait. First of all, were you playing yellow?
Yeah.
That has a
So
much
Brock is
easier
like
Brock.
A little faster. Yeah.
Well, defense curl could be a world of difference on Brock. But I'm gonna double check the move set here.
Starting with Headbutt though, it does decent damage, and you shouldn't lose to Brock because you can always rest if you need to.
I remember that run being not the best. Snorlax is real bad in Gen 2 until after you get past what's his name? Morty. Headbutt, Amnesia, Rest.
Yeah, he's really good.
I mean, okay. Well, now I'm just curious how long ago my Snorlax run was. There probably is a bunch of optimization to be made.
You may have been too conservative with the Brock split because you can just kind of take the battle slow at like a lower level and still be pretty safe with rest on your set.
41-minute video. That is not good. September 22, 2023. So it's a year and years old.
Yeah.
Year and a half. Let's see what my Brock split was. Well, first of all, it doesn't look like I did.
Again.
Oh, is this before I did 2 runs? Oh, that's
Maybe.
It is. Oh, this is a randomizer. Wait.
Mm.
No, the overlay is for the randomizer. The run doesn't appear to be a randomizer.
Okay, Austin, I beat Blaine this time.
Nice.
I think Blaine might be one of the scariest
Oh,
fights
that's
in the run.
embarrassing. This is a stream where apparently I didn't start at the start, so I don't even see my Brock split. All I can see is I'm facing Oddish Girl at 17 minutes, which feels really bad. I wonder what dick commented on the poll and made me name it Twerklax.
What?
It's named Twerklax. What do you want me to do?
How many characters is that?
All of them but one, it looks like. That is. Yeah, there's probably a lot of time to cut. Regardless, anything on my leaderboard probably deserves a replay for the most part. If it's fully evolved, it probably deserves a replay.
Okay. Oh gosh.
And you can check anybody that's looking at my leaderboard, you can check if it's a replay or replayed Pokemon re-ranked with an X by the level. Except for Alakazam. That's the only one I did a replay, but I replayed when I was still bad. I mean, they all need replays. I'm surprised that in all of the polls that I have done where people are going to comment on what Pokemon do next, nobody has said Gengar. Apparently everybody just decides Gengar is where it belongs, behind Ghastly. Someone gave me one where I was like, no, I'm going to make sure this one doesn't win. I don't remember what somebody said Aerodactyl. Somebody told me to replay Aerodactyl, and I'm like, I'm gonna make it my mission. Aerodactyl does not win. Luckily, nobody liked it, which was good. But if somebody did like it, I was gonna like something else personally, and if it was still winning, I was gonna go to an alt and like something else too. Here, Aerodactyl was not gonna win. And trust me, I don't vote. I don't vote in the polls myself. Like, I was perfectly fine with doing Beedrill, which was already not a good run. I just did not want to do Aerodactyl. Like, if you guys put down Aerodactyl, you put on Hitmonchan, I don't care how many votes you guys are voting. I'm voting against you. Hey, Scott. Welcome to the stream. You just caught
busted.
The end. We had a really bad first run where we got 115. We had a really well thought out strategic second run where we got 114 because apparently all of the psychic types decided that psychic moves were fun to use.
A great improvement, really groundbreaking.
Now we're just kind of talking about the Mew run and the leaderboard. I mean, really, this Machop run kind of reminds me of my Poliwrath run, where I had a really fortunate set of luck on all of the psychic types on run 1, and I had a really unfortunate set of luck on all the psychic types on run 2. Okay, well, regardless.
Yeah, turns out Sabrina with good AI is actually scary.
But regardless, we're getting there. We're getting close to the end. We're all let's see, 110 Pokemon. There's only 40 more to go, minus the middle evolutions. Although I'm starting to think that I might want to consider adding the middle evolutions. The ultimate goal is to make a top 10 video, and unfortunately, I don't think you can include top 10 poison types without probably even Haunter. So I might actually have to do middle evolutions.
Poliwhirl too, as a middle evolution.
Oh, I did do Poliwhirl. That one deserved its own race because that one has amnesia and Poliwrath doesn't have amnesia. Same thing with Weepinbell. Weepinbell deserved its own because that one starts with growth, and and Victory Bell didn't have growth. So it, like, technically to me it was a different Pokemon. I mean, like, what's Charmeleon but just a stronger Charmander?
When I played Vileplume recently, I went back and watched Scott's really old Victory Bell versus Vileplume video, and in it, he said that he thought that Weeping Bell might outperform Victory Bell because it starts with growth.
I thought so too. When I did my versus video, I thought the exact same thing. I didn't even think it would be close. I was like, I'm pretty sure Weeping Bell is gonna win. Nobody's gonna want to watch this video. And then I was like, oh, well, I guess Victory Bell just destroys everything. It doesn't need growth.
Yeah.
That's why you got to play the runs. You know, it's just like sports, man. You think a team is better than another team, and then you just find out when they play each other, oh, you're wrong. Somebody said Starmie the other day, and I'm like, you know, it might be a little too early to do a Starmie redo. I remember that run being actually kind of hard.
What's your Starmie time?
55 minutes. But you got to remember, that was back before I even used the bike. Most of my fully evolved Pokemon runs, I did not use the bike. Plus, you got to remember, Scott spoiled everybody. Scott gave everybody access to the overlay, and then he gave everybody access to this competition. So now everybody starts out really, really good because they played a run over and over again, and they got all of their practice up front. So now all of my old runs where I gained the experience, I gained the practice over the course of 100 runs, everybody just starts out way above.
I mean, nothing was stopping you from practicing early on too.
I mean, even look at Speed and Scott. You know, when they didn't do all that good stuff before Porygon. Like they played at the beat of their own drum, which is what everybody was doing. I mean, look at Van Man. Everyone considered Van Man a top tier racer, and now if you compare Van Man to like some other people, it's just like, yeah, experience is kind of like experience. You can't beat experience.
Experience helps a lot with the overworld movement, but I think like the people who ran a long time ago have to overcome old habits of like fighting trainers that aren't efficient and like doing vitamins and item pickups and stuff like that, right?
I mean, but here's the other thing. People that are starting nowadays, they're also watching everybody else's videos. So they also get everybody else's experience like firsthand. Like for instance, all right, like Scott had to go for 3 years of trials and tribulations to learn that this trainer is better than this trainer. This trainer's great XP and this trainer's not great XP. This trainer's located over here. This trainer is just perfect. And like all of these things that people just now instantly know at the start.
Yeah, I just watched Scott and Austin play.
He did all the work, so we don't have to.
Exactly. It's kind of funny being old man,
Yes.
get off my lawn with these runs. Technically, if you think about it, I'm one of the, I don't want to say one of the originals, but I'm like, you know, one of the first 10 people, which is great and not great.
I joined the chat.
Oh, hey.
I wanted to say something.
Yeah.
Hey.
You're in for it, Steve.
One thing, no. I think Steve is correct here. But one thing we forget is that, like, during the Parasect race, RBY XP Router didn't exist. Auto literally built it for that race. So, like, we didn't have the same tool set back when we were running Porygon. Like, I remember Steve and Van Man sitting and making a spreadsheet.
Hold on, I'm going to look for it.
We have written down the experience yields of all of these trainers, and we're trying to figure out which ones are the perfect ones to battle to get the exact level we need for every fight. And then like Otto's over here like coding something up on Python to do the same thing. Like we're all trying to solve these problems, but like we were doing that like what 2.5, 3 years ago now. But now like a new person can come into the community, watch like a couple of my videos, a couple of like Zealous Pawns videos now, and just have like a really good sense of exactly what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing. Plus they have this huge tool set that's available to them that they can immediately just tap into and start using.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember making a huge spreadsheet with Steve for that Porygon race. We had it like color labeled and everything.
Yeah, I remember sending you messages too when we discovered that we could mimic double team on Giovanni. Because
I'm so sorry I had to tell you that.
Yeah, we were talking about it and like him being inconsistent, and we're like, wait, that doesn't violate the rules. We could just do that. Like,
And fire types are thankful.
yeah.
Well, all
Actually, I
these
think if it
tools
weren't
are
for
really
mimicking
helpful.
double team, I think Magneton would probably be impossible.
No,
I'd
it
take
would
a
win.
guess.
It would win at level 100.
Maybe.
I don't know. I was playing Scarlet and Violet the other day, and I'm like, if I'm just gonna do my old Pokemon strats of being just out battling all these trainers, doing so much overtraining, I'm just gonna destroy everybody. And I went into the DLC with the I can't remember what the second league is called, but essentially the second Elite Four. And I went in there with my level 100 Skeldurge, and the very first Elite Four member one-shot me.
Gotta adapt.
Hey Scott, you and Otto's RBY XP router has been so helpful in this Mew race. I'm doing my like
I get to
10th Mew
I kept
route
telling you to
edit.
use that.
Yeah.
I only used it just because if I want to get first place, I have to keep up with the times.
Yeah. The technology changes. The thing is, there's like, it's actually interesting because like what Steve was saying, I think really like rings true for me of like, which trainers do we know to fight? Like we know which trainers to fight now. It's almost like RBY XP Router is becoming obsolete because our game knowledge that we have derived from using it as a tool has come so far. Like you can throw me a route now and I can play pretty well without a routing software, just because all of the things that I've learned from using it for like 3 years.
I mean, it helps for knowing ranges.
Yeah.
Yeah, damage ranges.
But even just little things like thinking about the game, like I know that with a medium fast growth rate Pokemon, I can start the league at level 53 or 54 and then level up after every key threat to not lose badge boosts. But like I wouldn't have known that before. But like I just have these pieces of like weird like information in my brain that come very precisely from using this software.
I mean, early on in my experience, I'm like, oh, you need XP? Just go to the fighting dojo. And it's like, no, I guess
Yeah,
fighting dojo is just kind of out of the way. And it's like, they're mostly Mankeys and Machops.
Steve, it took you so long to quit doing that. I kept telling you to stop,
know.
but you wouldn't.
Yeah, I used to always do fighting dojo as well. It was like, oh, it's a great experience. The trainers are all really close together. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. By that standard, the trainers on Route 8 are good. Except
Yeah,
for
they're
Muck
all
Guy,
good.
he's good.
Gosh.
Yeah, like Muck Guy also, like that's a Parasect race thing.
Oh,
Batman
I think I
started
just
fighting
remembered
Parasect
Oh
race.
yeah, I
Okay.
remember Steve told me about that guy.
the spreadsheet with all the Van Man and I's route for Parasect. I deleted it, and I deleted it from the trash solely because I started sending Scott sound files, and it was taking up a pretty large portion of my Google Drive.
No, the history is lost. Maybe Van Man still has it.
Well, I mean, it was my
I know-
file, so no.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh, unless Van Man secretly made a copy for himself.
I mean, I can tell you what it was. I mean, so the right side of the spreadsheet was level 0 to 100 in medium fast XP. So then I wrote down all of these trainers right next to the levels. So we knew exactly how much XP each trainer did. Then I on the left side, the side we were actually using for our route, I was writing down the trainer, and then immediately one column to the right, it would use it would essentially just use a nested, like, I don't want to say if statement, but essentially it calculated what your current XP was at, and then whatever to the left of it was. So, you know, if you have 1,000 XP and you do something that's 500, now it says 1,500. And then we would compare that with the levels on the right side. Be like, okay, so we do in fact level up right here, or we're like 50 XP away from leveling up, and that's what it did. And we would just delete the stuff on the left side and then fill in new stuff until the XP worked out perfectly.
You essentially made like a spreadsheet version of RBY XP Router.
Yeah.
And like, and the thing was, is like all the functionality that RBY has now has been stuff that I just kept requesting of Auto, because initially it was literally like you had to write down the events yourself one by one, and then it would calculate everything out for you. But it couldn't record while you were playing. It didn't show damage ranges for a long time. It just showed experience. Like it was literally like just calculating out where you're gonna level up and stuff like that, I think. But it's come a long way.
It has, yeah.
The UI is still janky though. It performs really well on Mac. It's very snappy, and in Linux,
That would-
but it doesn't perform well on Windows. And
That would
he's thought
explain
about
why it
moving
looks
over.
snappy whenever I full screen it.
Because like
Yeah,
just like the UI like library is very slow on Windows. So like changing stuff is just not ideal. Like resizing it and stuff like that.
Yeah. Every time I have a run die to the champion, I just look at my route and figure out a way to make it a little more consistent and faster. I even have written in my notes when to heal at the center. I heal at the center so few times in my run. This
Cool.
might be a record, but starting at the mandatory heal on Cerulean for the dig spot, I don't use another center until Fuchsia.
I do still have one thing from the Parasect race, but this is a remnant of all of my old runs, not just the Parasect race. So if we go back, oh well, instead of the stream, I'll just go to my screen sharing. You know, I could just make 2 copies of this. Never mind. I'll just share a different screen instead of top monitor.
Yeah, what is this?
Oh, actually, no, we're just good here. All right, so this is everything in all of blue version. like every single thing that is in the entire game. And as
Any
you can
event
see
you can think of.
on all of the bottoms here, these were all my old videos. And I would just write down everything I'm doing. Like we were joking about this on my Beedrill run. So this is everything I did for Beedrill. So in the Beedrill video, this is everything I did. I just had this to the side of the game, and then every time I did everything, I'd scroll down, and then I'd just do everything that's on the screen again, and then it just scroll down, and then do everything on the screen again.
Yeah.
And so, speaking of the Van Man race, here is what we did for Porygon. And I forget what the color coordination for orange meant. I think it was battle. I think yellow is clearly center, or blue is heal. Red is gym leader. Green is item pickup, probably. But this is just everything we did for Porygon. And the most of our routing was all here towards the end. But like I remember, like these are all the ones that were like all really thought out. Like Magneton, growth until one Screech, then Earthquake.
Yeah. Like this list, like if you go in RBY XP Router and you click on the run summary button and it brings up the little
picture
table. Yeah. This comes from me because I had an Excel sheet where I would literally just draw this graphic out for every run that I was doing. And then I would put the Excel sheet on my screen and look at it while I was playing. And then I'm like, Otto, you got to make the routes automatically generate this graphic. And then he did. So it's like all these little tools that we've like built, like it seems like most of the community has moved from like, it's like at first it's a spreadsheet because it's really easy to make something like that, like a list of actions. And then like we figure out a way to automate it.
I remember that was our big Eureka moment, was the Magneton Screech thing, because we just could not figure out how to beat I think the Cloyster afterwards.
Yes. Yeah. It's like Magneton Screeches you, badge boosts you, and then you beat the Cloyster.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when I backported Shuckle. It was able to get the move Metronome for our backport, and the only way to beat Lorelei was to Metronome a badge boosting move to outspeed Cloyster.
Can you believe?
The rest of the run was sort of
we
okay.
gave Shuckle 230 special, but unfortunately has no special moves.
Except through Mimic and Metronome.
Mimic Bubble Beam.
I don't remember why we gave him Metronome. Might have been Secret Power, Hidden Power, or something. I don't remember why.
Yeah, Metronome.
But I'm glad it did.
One of those hidden power, secret power kind of moves. Yeah. Plus, it's just one of those moves that most Pokemon get.
So, Scott, how your Mew attempts been?
So bad. I've been having a terrible time.
I have a 20% win rate with Brock, and I only just found out the other day you can actually lose to Misty.
Didn't you have a stream today where the title was essentially doing Mew runs until I fall asleep or something?
Yeah, and I didn't finish a single run. Just got destroyed over and over
Very
again.
tragic.
Yeah, Scott. I told this to Austin. We would like it if you created a race where the Pokemon actually had a good Brock split for once.
I know. I need to do a water type. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like you don't need bad Brocks.
Move on. Yeah.
We don't need bad Brock splits.
I guess I Porygon, Parasect, Smeargle, and
well, Parasect had an
Mew
okay
have all
Brock.
been bad.
It was the Brock 2.0 trainer, the bug catcher. Steve and I call him Brock 2.0 because in like the randomizers, he was always harder than Brock just because he had 3 Pokemon.
Which guy is that?
The
very
3
first
Pokemon
trainer
bug
after
catcher.
Brock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the guy we called Brock 2.0. It was a relic from the randomizers.
Yeah.
Scott, I feel like you should brand this as like the Pokemon World Championships and just have one race. each
Yeah.
year.
I can imagine you might go with a Mr. Beast style thumbnail. I gathered 100 people to race Mew.
That's exactly what I want. It's so
You
ridiculous.
should do Mewtwo then. You get the 2 simultaneous questions, 100 entries, because I mean, who can't beat Mewtwo? And then you get the question, what truly is the fastest Mewtwo time possible? What
Yeah, we could do Mewtwo.
what is a run time that cannot be beaten? This is literally the world record solo run time.
Yeah.
I
You can
remember
even
when
name-
J-Rose did a Mewtwo solo run in the form of a speed run, like at one-time speed, stuff like that. I think he got under 2 hours, which is insane. Because at the time, the record was like, for any percent, was like 153 or something. 145, I don't know.
Like imagine if Austin won it, then he could have one video on his channel, call it the world record speed run of Pokemon Yellow.
I'd watch it.
I'd watch it too.
We'd all watch it, yeah.
I mean, it's from
Nice.
Austin. Of course we would. I'm still trying to get the 32 club. It's not easy.
I'm telling you, he'll figure out how to utilize something that nobody will think of. Unfortunately, Speed told
can
me they
hear
apparently patched the red bar and they patched the instant text.
The
We
instant
did patch
text, yes, but
instant text, but not red bar. Red bar is still faster.
well, I just said it's not as good because
It's not as
the
good,
only
yeah.
jingle it would skip over is the level up jingle. It wouldn't skip over Pokemon cries, which is what made it fast.
Mm.
Like if you do red bar in a Pokemon Red solo run versus Yellow, you would see the difference, especially on one-time speed.
Yeah.
I remember when Gym Leader Matt backported Mega Mewtwo Y, he was trying so hard to beat the regular Mewtwo time, he would do Route 3 in red bar.
I like red.
That's another thing about this race, though, that's quite different than the previous ones. Is like in the Porygon race, there was like, I got like, what was it, like 8 submissions or 11 submissions or something? Like it was very small. And then, or maybe 15. It was just really small. And then Parasect was bigger, and then Smeargle was bigger, and then this one is by far the biggest. But also like we've accumulated a lot of really good players along the way.
Like Austin and Ike, Zealous
Yeah,
Pond.
for the longest
I-
time,
Me.
I was like, huh, this is interesting. I haven't seen Adar talk in like 2 whole days. Where is he?
Oh, he's there now.
Yeah, I know. I saw him like yesterday, but I was like, huh, this is weird. I've seen
Yeah.
like all of Scott's races. I'm like, I know all the big players, and somehow this guy who's been here at every race is not here yet.
Yeah, he usually he's always surprising. It's not like he doesn't post really great results early, like Zelda fan as well. I think they'll both post pretty good results by the
I
end.
haven't seen Zelda fan since my randomizer race.
He posted something.
Hmm.
We have him in the spreadsheet. I saw that Exceptional wrote his name down.
Yeah, in order for me to get into
thing
that
that's
32
interesting
club,
is that-
I've been doing the whole run without saving.
Yeah, I think everyone at the top is
Yeah.
not safe.
I sometimes
Yeah.
accidentally save before Blaine.
Oh,
Fuck,
Blaine
that's
is really
just-
hard for
that's
me.
muscle memory. I like open the menu and then I'm like, whatever. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, saving takes a lot more time than you think it does.
I know it's like 4 seconds. It's really not worth it.
Yeah,
If you do that like 5 times, like now you just wasted 20 seconds. And like if you're trying to get 32, like, well,
yeah.
now you can't.
Yeah, with my route, Blaine is probably the hardest trainer besides Brock and Misty because I do not have Earthquake on my set. I have to use two Swords Dances, and I just have to hope I don't get confused or crit.
Whoa. You don't have dig on your set?
I don't. I used to teach Dig to Mew, but it made my moveset too restrictive, so I had to quit doing that.
Whoa.
And I quit. I actually
This
quit
is
getting
hype.
Earthquake too because I skipped the 10th floor entirely.
I'm so happy. I was so scared. Whenever I do these races, I'm so scared that everyone's just gonna play the exact same moveset.
That's why I've been hiding mine in all my screenshots.
I hide mine because I don't want people to steal my ideas.
Originally,
Zealous
I don't
Pond
care
knows
too
my
much
moveset.
if-
when the race was announced, I was like, oh, everyone's either going to finish with a special Mew or they're going to finish with the physical Mew. And it sounds like everybody is kind of going a mixture of both, like they did with the Parasect race, where Parasect can learn both Swords Dance and Growth. And it turns out There is a
yeah.
time of the run to be special, and there's a time of the run to be physical.
That run, Parasect was really
That's wrong.
fun to route,
Just
but
sword
not fun to
dance.
play.
I
That
think it's just
Ekans
sword
still
stance,
scars me.
Parasect.
Oh,
Yeah, Scott, how were you
Yeah.
able to do a Paris stream for 8 hours with that Ekans guy?
Oh, which Ekans guy?
The guy with the Ekans, the youngster Ben.
Oh, yeah. No, the Paris stream was brutal, but like for a bunch of different reasons. So like the foster cat we had peed on the couch and I didn't know it. So the whole time I was doing the stream, the room was just getting hotter and hotter from my computer's heat, and I was aerosolizing all of the cat pee from the couch into
Ugh.
the room. And so like by the end of the
Gross.
stream, I was in like just a really bad state. And we hadn't found it. We didn't know where it was. And so I was like, where is it? And I searched everywhere. I couldn't find it. My wife found it in the morning.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was a rough stream. It was my longest stream and definitely the most physically demanding.
Can't wait to see the highlights for that. Unless you skipped that one. I wouldn't blame you if you
No,
did.
We'll do it.
Oh, man. But yeah, sorry.
Steve was saying about like Parasect, like Zealous Pawn came back and did it again, and he just ran Sword Stance the entire time. Interestingly enough, there was in the Parasect race, there was an actual speedrunner. His name is like Squiddy, not Squidgy. Like his like Squid or something. Squid 8.
Trainer Squidgy, yeah.
no.
Not Trainer Squidgy. No, it's a different guy. And he was like he was routing out a Swords Dance only route, but he didn't have enough time to finish it and play it. And he had like some like crazy ideas. Like you have to use Solar Beam against Agatha because it takes less frames. It was like wild stuff. But he had figured it all out. It's really interesting. But he never got to execute on it. So Zealous Pawn came back. and did
Ranger
Swords
Squid.
Dance. Yeah. I think that like Parasect is very close. I think it's why it's a good race Pokemon, because I think you could probably play the growth strategy just as fast as the Sword Stance strategy.
I think it's always going to be a little bit slower because it takes more turns to set up.
Maybe. I'm not super convinced. There's benefits to both.
I know, but
benefits to both.
I played it with Sword Stance and I'm pretty convinced. Though.
Yeah, but have you played it with growth?
Have you guys played Surfing Pikachu? Very fun run.
Yeah,
It's really good.
Have you guys played Raichu in Red and Blue?
I'm supposed to. do
That's
that
why I
one
brought it
soon.
up. I was going to point out that my Surfing Pikachu is actually ahead of Raichu.
That doesn't
like-
surprise me.
What are the worst fully evolved Pokemon? Scyther, Raichu. Those two are really bad.
I know,
Poliwrath.
I know
really bad.
Executor's beginning is really bad.
Oh,
Executor's
Executor.
Terrible.
Onyx.
Terrible.
Aerodactyl.
I'm just
Yeah.
literally looking at my
Polygraph is
leaderboard.
really good, actually.
Oh, Tangela.
Porygon.
Polygraph is really
Oregon.
Yeah,
Tangela.
That's really bad, yeah.
Retriosi got like a 37-minute.
Yeah, Poliwrath's really good.
Poliwrath.
Poliwrath's really good.
Yeah, I think
It's not quite as
Poliwrath is
good
one of
as
those Pokemon where you
Poliwrath,
just
but
have
it
to
is
figure
really
out and just get the correct YOLOs on Hypnosis and you'll be fine.
Yep. It's basically minimum battles with Hypnosis. Just pray.
Yes, Scott. Whatever you do, please do not make a race with a Pokemon that uses Hypnosis. Please. I'll rip my hair out.
Or a Pokemon with a restricted moveset like Pidgeot or Aerodactyl.
All right, I'm gonna look up Hypnosis users in Gen 2.
Oh, God, no. What have I done?
Oh, I would
Do a
love a
Hypnosis
Gen 2
run in
race.
Diamond and
That would
Pearl.
be so fun.
Yeah. I think the next one is gonna be in Crystal. I think like I had when I sat down to do the races, I originally picked 6 Pokemon that I thought
think-
would be good for races.
I think you'll get
All I
a
remember
lot
is your...
of examples of rock tunnel playthroughs. I don't know if everyone will be convinced on which strategy is the best, because people will probably look up world record speedrun and just assume that's the right strategy.
God, I just remember your 2-year-old YouTube poll. It had like Porygon, Parasect, Snorlax, and Mew. And when you were trying to have people guess, my guess ended up being Snorlax, but my second guess was Mew.
Yeah. And this Mew race was supposed to be a Snorlax race.
Dang, so I would have been right.
That was the original plan.
I think Mew will end up being more fun.
Yeah.
It is a lot easier to do no saving in runs, although playing's still scary.
If you really think about it, you're actually nuzlocking the game.
Not a hardcore Nuzlocke.
No, I didn't
Oh,
say
actually,
that.
it could be a hardcore Nuzlocke. I'm below the level cap for most of the fights.
If you're
Yeah,
playing
you're
a
probably not
medium slow
overleveled
Pokemon, there's
anyway.
probably no way you're
Oh,
below
I
the
guess
level
not
cap
Brock.
for
Well,
Lieutenant
actually-
Surge.
Actually, yes, it Brock, because I entered the fight at level 12.
No, I'm saying Lieutenant Surge. If you're playing medium slow Pokemon, you're probably not going to make it there with minimum battles.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yellow, you did. It's at the level 28.
Yeah, he's level 28 in yellow, so.
Oh my god, I forgot about that entirely. I'm so used to him being 24, and it's like you can't do it at 24. I literally had to amend my rule for my Nuzlocke, for Ghost Nuzlocke. I'm like, well, if it's not possible to make it there under the level cap, then it will be minimum battles until the level cap. Or, well, minimum battles, just straight up minimum battles. And pretty much you have to go minimum battles with Ghastly and Haunter, Gengar, all the way up to basically Sabrina. Like there is not much room for minimum like being under the level cap with medium slow Pokemon.
Yeah, medium slow Pokemon level up really quickly.
Like I think you can probably arrive to Sabrina at 45 and level cap's 47, but that's like the first time next to Koga, which is 43. Or no, I think both of them, Koga and Sabrina, are 43. Yeah.
50 in yellow.
Yeah, that would be a lot of room.
Erica's the hardest one in yellow, I think, to go under the level cap.
Erica is just one of the hardest ones in general for any of the Nuzlocks in general, just because the Victory Bell usually outspeeds whatever you're playing with.
Might be a point where you have to catch a Rattata or something and switch it in to cut your XP.
That's so there's another guy out there that does Nuzlocke runs, and that's what he did to do under the level cap for Surge. But I figured minimum battles nobody would complain with. Okay, well it sounds like we're probably done talking about the Mew run, so I could probably end my stream at this point.
I think people
figure that
enjoy hearing Scott.
anybody who is still watching the stream is listening for the latest updates on Mew content.
I think people stuck for Scott.
That too.
Trying to catch the secret strats.